Hey, everybody, this is Cameron from Obnoxious and Anonymous, and welcome to sort of an experiment, if you will. Hopefully, today you saw the Twin Peaks Thought of the Day video that we did with Hal and Mandy and Joey and Danielle. That was a lot of fun. Good 4 hours of discussion. We talked Twin Peaks, we talked all types of TV shows, actually, as well as continued our fundraising for the Twin Peaks fan film that I'm trying to make, Queen of Hearts, which you can see right here, the Indiegogo link below. Hashtag Save Annie all over Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. Anyway, this is an experiment. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. And that is, I'm going to step out of this room and do a bunch of things around the house. And I am going to share the link to come into this chat to all of you guys, because you guys have been wonderful and supportive and amazing. And I'm just kind of curious, if any of you do come on, what would you like to say to me, to all of us that are on this channel? What has Obnoxious and Anonymous meant to you this year? Because a lot of you guys are newbies. Queen of Hearts, why are you supportive of this project versus maybe other projects that have come your way before? I'm just really interested in just hearing sort of like all of your testimonies. And you never know, a bunch of you could be on at the same time, like in the chat, and just kind of engage with each other. And that would be a blast to kind of come back and watch. So I'm doing this as an experiment. Obviously, you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but I think obviously the more the merrier. It would be amazing. So yeah, come on, say what you got to say, keep it civil. Don't say anything too outrageous, because I don't want to have to delete this video. I would love to be able to keep it up as sort of a just a cool thing that we tried to do on this channel. But yeah, have fun and enjoy it. And I'm going to leave the link in the chat. So feel free to come in, stay as long as you want. I don't know how long I'm going to leave the live feed up, but probably at least a few hours. But I hope you guys have a great time and enjoy. Can't wait to see the result of this. Maybe it will be something, maybe it will be nothing. But I thought, hey, what the hell? It's promotion time, baby. We got to get the word out there. So let's have you guys in here and see what you guys have to say. So I am going to go to the chat right now and open it up. And again, I'm going to post this once because I'm not going to be in the room, but just let people know that the link is in the chat, and you're more than welcome to just come in. I'm going to post it right now in the chat, and make sure that people are referred to it as they come in and wondering what the heck is going on around here, because this is something we've never done before, and this is something that Hal has mentioned in the last few days to me, and I thought, that would be kind of fun to do. But instead of just leaving my video screen up like all day long, that let's just have people kind of pop in and out, and you never know, you might pop in and Hal will be here, or Mandy, or Eric, or Danielle, or Joey, or Annie. You never know. So this is just part of the fun. So let's have some fun. It's Saturday night for most of us. Yeah, let's do this thing. So I'm posting the link now. Enjoy, guys. I will check back in with you later, and I can't wait to see what the results of this experiment is going to be. Hopefully it will really be something incredible. So be good, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Take care.
Hello, I'm Hal Brandt, and I'm here to wish you, obviously, say salutations to you all and welcome, and wonder to myself why you're looking at Cameron's room for 10 hours. But I thought I'd come on here for a moment in support of Cameron's film, Queen of Hearts. And I think the traction's building and the interest is building. I haven't checked the current amount, but I think it's, what I can gather, it's nearer to the goal than it was previously a week ago. So that's really good. Thanks to all all of you that have donated so far. It's been a trip because it almost feels like myself and the other guests that come on here are kind of living the journey with Cameron, like many of you are really. And so we're going through all the ups and downs and the drama of it as well, you know. But it's interesting, but it's been exhausting too for everyone. And I want you to look at the Queen of Hearts page, the Indiegogo, because there are some great, there's various tiers of prices from $1 upwards, whatever you can afford really. And there are one particular perk that's, I think, is rather good, yeah. And not blowing my own trumpet, but it's $100 perk under Blue Frank, whoever that guy is. And it's 2 albums that were made by him. I'd like to show you them now. So if you'd like to donate to that, you also get all the other perks that are on there that you would normally, but these are the added little incentives. There's this album here called Acts of Love, which is produced by my good self. And it features local artists. It's not Twin Peaks related really, but it is an album that I produced and compiled. John Neff is on there with a solo, with a instrumental track called Space Surfing, and also Dana Ashbrook's sister Daphne is on there as well. So I hope you'll like that. It's called Acts of Love, as I said, and this album here is by myself. It's my first solo album that was released in 2013 called All Life's Losers, 8-track album. My band name is Chemical Dysfunction, and it's all my own work. I hope you'll like that too. So that's under the Blue Frank. So all I can say is, don't be a pine cone. Be a beautiful blue rose and donate now. Thank you for your support. Goodbye.
Hello. Wow, an empty room. Oh well.
What the hell? Transported through a vortex. Hello, I'm Cameron Cloutier, and you're watching Obnoxious and Anonymous. Yeah. No, actually, I'm Frank Crenogue. Welcome, one and all. For those of you who've been watching paint dry for 6 hours, I'm glad that you got a human being to look at. One fashionably handsome as myself. So I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. What year is this? What day is it? I mean, I don't know where I am. I've been doing some podcasts tonight, and my brain is a bit frazzled, should we say. I did about 3 interviews in a row. Across the pond, so there was that 8-hour difference, a bit like now, actually. And most of us should be in bed. Frazzled. Should we say? 3 interviews in a row.
Hello.
Across the pond, so there was that 8-hour difference, a bit like now. We've got a bit of a lag here, and we've got no technical support from Cameron, because I think it's sucked up into the vortex.
Hello.
I'll play host here, I suppose, for now. We've got a bit of a lag. No technical support from Cameron. We've got weird feedback coming in.
I'll be back.
I'll play host here, I suppose, for now. Oh, you might have your video on, maybe that's what it is. You have to turn your YouTube channel off.
I'll be back.
I'll play host here, I suppose. That's another video, a computer tech. When you need one, to turn your YouTube channel off in this case. I know about that. Yeah, still feeding back here. This is well, what do you expect with a live broadcast? It's going to go for this. Nothing goes smoothly. Yeah. Cameron laying to rest with his coffin at the moment, so he won't be up till probably sunrise. Oh no, they don't do that. It's the other way around. Yeah. Hi, Carolina. Nice to see you. Oh, you can't hear me yet, right? Nice to see you, Carolina. How are you?
Oh, hello.
Hello, I'm Frank. I pop in sometimes, as you probably.
Hello, Frank.
Probably gather.
Nice to see you too. I mean, I see you usually, but.
Yeah, usually the other side of the fence, as they say. Yeah. I popped on earlier, so I don't know if anyone will see. Probably people will see that on the playback. I just popped on randomly, so I thought I'd come in again because I didn't want people to be watching a room, for hours on end. I thought it would be a little bit boring for them, So, how's things?
Okay.
So
I had a bunch of problems, and I was listening to this conversation. Now I hear you well. Now everything's okay. This was very confusing.
Did you have your YouTube? Did you have your YouTube channel on while you were here?
Yeah, I had several windows open because I kept trying to open the link and it didn't work. And when it finally worked, they all started working but lagging a little in between each other, so it was driving me crazy.
So I know what you mean. Where are you from, Carolina? I know I've seen you on the message things and that.
I'm from Portugal. I'm Portuguese, but right now I'm living in Luxembourg. But actually, right now, today, I'm in Portugal. So
nice.
It's complicated.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds good, though. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I've never been there, but I've been to Spain before. That's as near as I've got to Portugal. I went to.
Where have you been in Spain?
I went to Palma.
Oh, I've never been there. I've been to lots of places in Spain, but not there. You should.
It's touristy, trappy area. You know, it's too much of a touristy area. I don't really. And as you get older, Carolina, you don't really want big touristy spots. You want places off the track a bit. You know.
Oh yeah, I know.
But back then, when I was young and foolish, I used to go. You know, that's the thing you do when you're younger. You know, you go to the touristy places with your friends and go out to nightclubs and do all that. You know, you live the life. You know. So that's when I went over there. I was only 18, so of course that's all I was doing was going to nightclubs and drinking too much. And
oh, really?
Now that I'm older, I don't do any of that anymore. I really drink now. Yeah, we have little Millie Boo's in here. How are you, Millie?
I'm good, thank you.
I've just designated myself as the host of Obnoxious Anonymous because apparently I look like Cameron. So.
Okay.
With glasses, but yeah, that's it. So Carolina's down here with us as well, Millie. Carolina's been on.
Hi, Millie. I love your dolls.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah. How long?
Do you want to see?
Just curious, Millie. How long does it take you to make a doll? You know, an individual doll.
Look, if I'm really into it, maybe about 4 hours. If I'm not so into it, I procrastinate a lot, so it can take me a good couple of weeks to finish one if I don't really want to do it. That sounds horrible.
So you'd have to do it. You'd have to do them to order, wouldn't you? Because if you made them all there, they're just sitting there doing nothing. So.
Yeah, and so I'm going to do things a little bit differently this year. I did a lot of custom orders last year, but this year I'm just going to make wherever the heart takes me, that's what I'll make. And if I want to sell it, I'll sell it. And if not, well, it's staying with me like pretty much everybody behind me. But I've just made a couple if you want to see.
Yes.
Oh, you've got some new ones or new creations?
Well, they've been on social media, but I've got James.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
Aww.
That is nice. Yeah.
That's really good.
Your imagination is amazing for these things. I don't know how you get.
Yes, and the detail, it's really cool.
Yeah, all the little clothes and everything. Yeah, it's amazing.
And I don't want to mispronounce his name, but Damien Camp, and I believe he's a friend of Kimmy's.
Oh yeah, Damien Champay, I think.
Champay, there you go. I knew it was probably who's calling it me. But I've made him as well.
That's a dead ringer.
Yes, that's these little black rain clouds on Instagram.
Wow, that's amazing that you did one of him. That's incredible.
Well, I've got a cute story behind that. I made Kimmy Robertson ages ago, and I just woke up one morning and he'd sent me a message saying, I'm in the park with Kimmy. She's seen the doll. Her phone's flat. We'll message you when we get home. And then Kimmy did message later on, and it was very cool. So I've been talking to him for a while.
Yeah. Have you got the Kimmy one there?
No, she's gone, but I'm making Kimmy a new one, probably holding a gun.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah, Damien's going to give, because that was another thing Damien messaged me and said, I'm having a jam with James. He was just talking about your dolls, and I'm like, oh, I know that girl. I'll message her. So I've made James for James and Damien for Damien, but I haven't. This is another one that I've just made. I don't think I've shown her on here.
Oh.
So that's the very old Sarah, or young Sarah, with the frog moth.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Young Sarah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
that's
the
really
frog
good.
moth there. Yeah, it's a big frog moth, but anyway.
I like the ones you were showing before. I think I watched a video you did with Cameron, and you were showing like some of the dolls off, you know. Some of them where you've actually put like voice chips in them, you know. So they, I think the bear one, you know, the bear speaks, you know, the bear with the little goldfish bowl head. Hi, Johnny, how are you today? I think that was, and the tree talks as well, doesn't it? I think.
No, Philip Jeffries talks, and Leland talks as well.
What does Leland say?
What do they say?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. We've got to keep the people entertained, and while we're entertaining you, donate.
So this is Philip. I hope he still works. I haven't played with him for a while. So I've actually rigged the little spout of the teapot, so when you push it up, it says. I bought magnetic slime, so he could be in there all slimy, but it's terrible stuff, or I just didn't get the right stuff.
Yeah, it's slippery in here. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's a really cool one. That's one of the newest ones, isn't it? That one, I think.
Oh yeah. The teapot, trying to get the teapot to stand upright when I'd cut half of it away was just a nightmare. It broke about 800 times. So yeah, it took me a while to make that one. This one's Leland.
I'll catch you with my gift bag. We think I'm going insane, but I promise I will kill.
They're amazing, really. They are amazing, man.
That's where his little voice box is coming from up there. And then there's just.
How do you actually capture the sound? How do you make that work? I can't understand how that works.
I think they're voice module recorders that you put in like greeting cards and things, and you can buy them. I just got a whole heap off eBay. So you just make sure that you're not putting your button too far away because the wire's only about that long. But yeah, so I've just cut a hole out. So that's where the speaker would normally be in the card, and then there's all the wires at the back and the button to press. And I can re-record it too, but of course I won't because that's perfect.
That's great.
Are you going to make more with sound? Sorry.
Yeah, I really like the idea of, I'd really love to be able to do automatons, I think they're called. I don't know how to do that though. I don't have that scientific brain, but I'd love to make them move, and I'm working on a series of marionettes at the moment, so you have to operate it, but you can't just press a button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brilliant, man. Have you got the one? Have you got the bear one? Hello, Johnny. How are you today? Have you got that there?
I have, but he's not wired in, so he won't talk to you.
Because he's really he looks really great. Have you seen this one, Carolina?
He's
He's amazing. He's so creepy. It's amazing.
Look at that. It's so tiny.
Yeah, he's only little. But yeah, normally he would have something in his hand. So when I've sent these off, I've actually recorded in my terrible Australian accent, you know, like, hello, Johnny, how are you today? But you can actually, when you get it, re-record it to say whatever you want it to say. So
that's brilliant. You can have it saying anything.
An Australian accent actually works well with the bear. No, I think.
Yeah, it didn't sound too bad. So long as I speak properly, we tend to be a bit lazy.
Yeah.
It's the voice on, because the voice on the original voice in the series sounds English, doesn't it? British.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Johnny. How are you today?
Hello.
It's not an American accent. It's
Oh, I should have got you to do it.
It's a British accent. I should have done it. Yeah. Can I send recordings over to you? You can do that.
I'd love that. You can say whatever you like.
Yeah, I'll send a few record MP3s over to you or something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Well, I'd love to. What I'm going to work on, hopefully, I'm just finishing holidays. Today's my last day, so I'm pretty bummed about that. I was hoping to have like a whole series of marionettes done, because I really want to do a story on Samson Lanterman, like Margaret's husband. Yeah, dying in the fire, and how he then moves from, I don't know, there's some loose theories. Is it him in the log? I think it is. So I'd love to get some sort of captured image of how that transfers to the log, and then her cutting the log and all that kind of stuff. It might be a bit beyond me, but if it's not, I'll need some voices, Frank.
I'll be happy to, yeah. Seriously, no. If you're being serious, I will. Yeah, I'll be happy to do that.
Yeah.
Because I've done a little bit of acting work, not a lot, but you know, I think I could put my mind to it. I could do a few little characters for you or something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'll try anyway. Just tell me what you need, and I'll try my best.
Well, I just need not a female Australian accent. That would be lovely.
I think I might carry that off. Yeah.
I mean, I can get pretty deep, but it's no good.
Yeah. So how do you do it then? So when you record the voices initially, like if I was sending you something, is it just a case of like you have a wire connection, like a USB, and then you upload the voice to the computer, and then
they won't have mouths that move, so it will probably just be mostly back of the head shots when people are talking. I would say I could make their mouths move, but it's really complicated, and I'm not that great at it yet.
So you're actually going to make a whole little film with the dolls?
With marionettes, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it won't be a big film.
Yeah. So you're going to have to build a little set and everything.
Yeah, I've got this big marionette stage. The arms open out, so I'm going to paint the back of it to look like the theatre that's in episode 8 because I'm just so in love with that place. And then when I watched the behind the scenes and I saw that it was a real place, I was just like, oh, I wonder who lives there. Will they sell it to me for nothing?
Yeah, wouldn't that be great? We'd all move in.
Oh.
We'd have some wild parties in there, yeah.
Yeah, and you'd have to leave the carpet the way it is. You wouldn't know if you were going upstairs or downstairs, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's the wonderful thing about that world. It's disorientating, isn't it? You know, the chevron floor disorientates you, let alone anything else, you know.
Yeah.
The red room.
Can I get a consensus on the floor? Is it black and white or is it beige and grey or red?
That one really gets me because every time if you see different Twin Peaks, like the series Fire Walk With Me season 3, all the colour schemes are different kind of variants, aren't they? One looks kind of cream and brown, one looks black and white. I really don't know what
I think in the Return there's a lot of red, isn't there, and some pink also. Yeah. And I really like it. It's something that I was always noticing, a lot of red in it, like the shoes, you know. Janie's shoes are always red, and Diane's shoes are always red, and the shoes Dougie sees, you know, passing by with the heels. And a lot of red detail, like the red door and the red mug that they sent flying out the window, a lot of red stuff.
And all the red balloons as well everywhere. You know,
so it's so much stuff.
Red balloons all over the place. I'm not sure what it's some kind of subliminal message, isn't it? I
don't know. Maybe it's just the styling of it, but I like to think that they thought we want to use a lot of red and did it on purpose. I think they did, but I don't know.
Unless the red shoes, they might have been a tribute to Bowie.
Oh, maybe.
It could be that, yeah. A lot of people were thinking that it might be, you know, a nod to Audrey at that point when, you know, because we hadn't seen her at that point, and because it's kind of triggering memories for Cooper, isn't it? All these different things he sees.
And she does wear a red coat.
Yeah, like Little Red Riding Hood, or that little dwarf in Don't Look Now.
Yeah, that's true. He's like the sleepy dwarf and he's wearing the red coat.
The little woman, yeah. That was a scary moment, that was in that film. Wow. That was a freaky moment. And the woman, the blind woman in it as well. You remember the woman with the white eyes? In Don't Look Now. Have you seen Don't Look Now?
You mean Naido?
No. You know, in the film Don't Look Now.
Oh.
You've got this blind woman in it, and and she has like you know, her eyes are white kind of thing.
Okay.
And that used to freak me out when I first watched it. But she ended up being a good person. I think she was kind of like a psychic kind of character. So it just when you first see it, she appears creepy, but she isn't. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just the way they shot her and that.
Are you going to be how we're going with the campaign updates, Frank?
I can't see it. I mean, have you got it on there? I'll have to bring up another thing.
Maybe Cameron needs to message one of us.
Yeah. I haven't got the link for it offhand, so saved anywhere. So
I'll go and have a look.
I'll see if I can get it. Oh yes, I can get it. Hold on, I've got it on a list of things I've viewed recently. Luckily, so hopefully it'll pop in a minute. You won't be able to see it on here, but I'll read it out because yeah, keep donating, guys. We're not here just for the thrill of it, you know.
Steve has donated again.
Oh, Steve, you're a star. Right, it's coming up now. Hold on. It takes a while because it's always slow when you've got too many things, too many, things open on there. But, I'm nearly there. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves, please.
Yes.
Right. As it stands at stupid o'clock time here, which is 1:15 a.m. in the UK at the moment. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. What the hell? For it to settle down here because it takes a minute. So I get the correct figure. I don't know what it was before, so I can't relate to what figure we were before we looked. But we are at 65% of the target of the goal, 369 backers, and our total at the moment is $16,137. There you go.
Well, thank you to everybody who's donated. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah. So Carolina, how long have you been watching the videos and stuff?
I started on after watching the first episode of The Return, because I was looking at things online and at what people thought and just reading everything. And then I found the video Cameron did, and I thought, what is this? And so I started listening, and he seemed very excited. He was really really, it seemed more personal than the other things I was seeing. And so I was a bit intrigued by that. And in the beginning, I thought it was strange. But then I got really into it, and it was just a habit to watch the episodes and then go and see what you guys said, and it was a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed that.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. How about you, Millie? Have you been a viewer of the channel for a long time, or?
Yeah, yep. So I sent Cameron, I've watched for ages, just because, like a lot of people out there, I didn't have a Twin Peaks community, and caught a few of his videos probably a couple of years ago now and subscribed. And when the season came back, it just took me a really long time to process it. It was borderline traumatic, and I just needed someone to sit down and talk to about it, and went back to Cameron and yeah, then eventually sent him a message and said, hey, are you an Annie fan? Because I actually made the Annie doll for Cameron, just to, I suppose, say thanks for sitting with me while I was trying to figure out how I felt about Twin Peaks: The Return. So, and yeah, he's been very kind in letting me come on and share what I do. And yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
And I think we need to just, the Twin Peaks community, we really do need to support each other, because it seems to me like a lot of us were floating around out there in the Lynch land, feeling like we were really alone in our love of Twin Peaks. And now we know that we're not. So just support Twin Peaks artists. It's a worthwhile cause.
Oh, yeah. It's staggering to me, and I'm sure it is to you, Millie, and you, Carolina, how many Twin Peaks fans are incredibly artistic.
Yeah.
Creative. It seems to Lynch and Lynch or the Twin Peaks. Depending. Some people are more into his movies than Twin Peaks, or more. Some people know or are into Twin Peaks and don't know his movies. That happens. But certainly seems to have an effect on a lot of fans of his work. And there's so much creativity out there. It absolutely blows my mind, really. I see all these Etsy things, and I see all these friends that I know from the States and over here that are making jewelry, that are making tarot cards, that are knitting jumpers. They're doing T-shirts. It's just unbelievable. Yeah, and yourself making dolls and that, you know.
Did you see The Art Life?
Oh,
Yeah, I did. Amazing.
I just watched it recently, and that part and how he began to be a creative person and everything, and even, I don't know, his story with his father, and who maybe didn't understand what he did. I thought it was really, really interesting, and I think I just watched it recently, so that's why I'm thinking about it. But I think to creative people, that says a lot. That film, I thought it was really, really moving. I really enjoyed it.
It was wonderful, and I loved all the rare footage that we got to see of him when he was young, and you know, this unseen footage. It was so. When you watch old films, Millie, you got that kind of, you know, when they're old, like 16 mil or 8 mil thing. There's a certain charm about that, isn't there? Like looking at the past like that, I just find it really endearing, you know. Yeah.
And just how lucky, because I can't imagine a lot of families would have had video cameras back then, let alone held on to the stuff that they had. So we're pretty lucky in that we get a bit of insight into who he was as a young person. Yeah.
And he's still got. He doesn't look that much different, really, either. No. That smile, you know, and that cheekiness to him, a little sparkle in his eye. He doesn't really look that much different.
Yes, and he still wants to experiment and do something completely different. So in a way, it's as if he's still doing the same thing. Yeah.
He had with his dad. That's where his love of wood came about. You know, with his dad, because his dad was something to do with the forestry commission or something like that. He was always like cutting wood and doing stuff, and young David was like inspired by that, you know, and that kind of thing. It was there when he was a kid, you know, and it's obviously seeped through to his later work and then Twin Peaks and his love of the woods. Maybe, you know, it was always there, you know. It's amazing, isn't it? What have you guys been watching recently? Any films you can recommend or anything like that? Or there's a film that I was speaking to an actor earlier on, and they recommended a film to me. It sounds intriguing. If only I could remember the name of it. Hold on. It's a new film that's come out, and it's kind of love story between an alien and a deaf and blind woman.
Oh, right, The Shape of Water.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
I want to watch it, but we don't have it here yet.
It really does sound intriguing, actually. It does. Yeah.
It's with Sally Hawkins. She's getting a lot of praise.
Yeah. So I'm hoping they'll be showing it over in London here soon or something. Yeah. I think it's only in the States at the moment.
Yeah, it's not here.
No. So I'm keeping an eye on that one. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, there are so many films that I'd like to watch now, but we don't have them here yet. So.
Yeah. Takes time to fizzle down. Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I've been watching Black Mirror. So I guess a lot of people have been watching it now because season 4 was out. I don't know if you like it. Have you watched it?
I watched it yesterday. I watched the first 2 episodes. The first one was about the pig.
You watched the one with the pig. Is horrible. It's it's horrible, but it's interesting, right?
Have you seen it, Frank?
No, the fact is, just your description has got me wondering what the hell that's about. So I haven't seen it. No.
Well, you're British, so you should watch it.
I know, yeah.
I mean, everybody should.
I find on loads of like Netflix stuff. I know it's on Netflix, Black Mirror. I've only seen, I think, 1 or 2 episodes from maybe the first season or second season. So I'm way behind. How many series have you made so far?
This is the 4th. And the 3rd and the 4th, they took it to Netflix, so it's quite different. Before, it was just, I don't know, probably other British people in the chat know this better, but it was just a show in the UK, I think, and then it got very popular, it got a great following, and it went to Netflix. and it
Yeah.
got more famous actors, and I mean, it had more money, so it's a bit different. But I really like the new. I like the new episodes and the old episodes. I think they're different, but I like both. Yeah, there are like 2 or 3 episodes that I think aren't so good, but in general, I think it's really good. What did you think of that one, Millie? Are you traumatized with it, or?
Yeah, yep, pretty much. In a
It's a bit traumatizing.
I don't think
You won't
I
be
can.
watching the rest of them.
No, I don't think I can. And I'm just the worst person to talk to about movies and TV shows, because I'm one of those people that just will watch. I think I've gotten to the point where I can watch season 3. I could probably almost say the lines before they come on. I just watch things in a loop. If I find something I like, I'll watch it 20 times. And that's only happened with Twin Peaks. Stranger Things I really liked. I love those kids. I think it's just a nostalgia thing for me with that show.
The kid actors are great in it. They really are.
Yes,
They're really
so well cast.
They're amazing, amazing. And I like the show. It's just very 80s and very nostalgic, and it's got a nice balance to it. Breaking Bad, I took ages to get into that because I thought it was glorifying meth use. And I do have a day job. I work with high-risk kids. So that was kind of a little bit, I don't know if I can watch something that glorifies that, but in the end, I realise it really doesn't. And that was so well written and had me by my seat. Yeah. But outside of that, I haven't really, I try things, but I give up really quickly too.
I do. I've got quite a short attention span with lots of TV and stuff. I've got a television and I never watch it. I haven't watched my television for about over a year now, 18 months, I think. I'm still paying my TV license, by the way. You money grabbing bastards. Yeah, just so they don't come around and go, oh, hello there, you're watching something on that you shouldn't. Why have you got a license there? See, the thing is, you have to have a TV license over here because we got, our big stations over here at BBC, as you know. That's our thing. Whereas commercial television, you don't pay a license; they get their money through commercials. But BBC don't. They only promote their own product. So you have to pay a stupid license every year to watch BBC and radio as well, BBC Radio. But even though I don't watch my television set, I watch everything online. And we've got a thing over here called BBC iPlayer, which it's like a catch-up service. So you can watch all the BBC content over 7 days, and you can watch it as often as you want. That includes all the radio stations, all the TV stuff. But when you click in there, they go, have you got a license, yes or no? Before you can access anything. And you click yes, and they can check through their computer records within seconds. Oh, yes, you may continue. So you can't even watch online. I don't watch it on my telly, but even online, I have to have a license to watch it. So I have to pay for my license every month.
So how much is that license?
It's about 150 a year. Doesn't sound a lot.
It's not a lot. We pay more here.
Yeah. But because
and we're a poor country.
What do you pay, like a subscription for cable or something like that?
Here in Portugal, you pay you have several supply. I mean, you have the basic channels, 4 channels, but nobody has only that. And then to have a normal subscription, you pay I don't know, 30 euros or something like that.
Yeah.
A month.
It adds up. It's like if you have anything extra here, like you pay for your TV license, then you pay for, say you want Sky over here, which is the satellite thing. So you get extra channels and so on and so on, like cable, really. You pay an extra subscription for that. If you want to watch a certain boxing match or a big sports event, you have to pay a premium on top of that to watch that as well. So you're not only paying your TV license, you're paying to watch Sky anyway, 30 or 40 pounds a month, and then paying another 15 or 20 pounds to watch a particular sport event. So I just find it a rip-off,
Yeah. I just watch Netflix now. I didn't used to have it, but I've had it for 3 months now, and I think it's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They've got some good stuff. Have you guys seen, I know there was one on there I was following for a little while. Have any of you guys seen American Horror Story? On there.
No, yes, but no, I haven't watched it. I know Jen Lynch just finished directing one. That would be interesting to
I
watch.
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dipping
I
in and
watched-
out because
Sorry, I watched a bit, but didn't get so very much into it.
it was intriguing because it was like a bit like an anthology series, I suppose it is, because each season depicts a certain time period. It goes back in time.
It's from Ryan Murphy, who also does is it American Crime Story? And the first season was about O.J. Simpson. So that one is going to be like that. Also, each season is about a different American crime story. And I really liked that one, with the one about O.J. Simpson. I thought it was going to be boring because I thought I already know the story. What can they do? And I thought it was really good. I really liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say I watched a couple of the American Horror Stories. Some of them were good. Some of them were a bit, I was wondering why they. I was wondering, like, in the middle of an episode, they suddenly broke into a song and dance act, and they started doing a musical, and dancing and singing. I thought, what the hell's going on here?
Because it's Ryan Murphy, he also does Glee, right? Am I right? I think so.
Which is kind of weird, It's like, there was one that was really creepy. I thought there was one where they did it was called Freak Show, I think, and you got this clown. You remember that one, Carolina, with the clown, the killer clown in it with the big smile.
No, because I didn't watch a lot. I just watched a bit of the first season in American Horror Story, and then I stopped.
Yeah, it was different things. Each season focused on a certain time period, but there was a lot of the same characters in different times. Like Kathy Bates was in a lot of it. She kept popping up.
Yeah, and Jessica Lange. How do you say it? Lange?
Jessica Lange, yeah.
Yeah, and is it Sarah Paulson? Her name?
You could be right. I'm not familiar
She's
with
really
it.
good.
Yeah, I know.
She shows up in a lot of stuff that Ryan Murphy does. Yeah, it's Sarah Paulson.
Yeah. So what have you been enjoying recently, Millie? Any shows that are kind of, apart from Twin Peaks, that have kind of like got your groove going?
Well, I didn't enjoy Black Mirror. I think we started about 3 different series yesterday and got half an episode through and went, no, this isn't the right one. So I just come back in here and go back to Twin Peaks. It's real. It's pretty sad. I am looking forward to Roseanne coming back, though. I will say I was a massive Roseanne fan, so I'm super excited that that's coming back.
Yeah,
I don't know that. Yeah. I saw Mandy and Cameron talk about it, and it was never a big thing here.
You're not sure about it?
I don't know it. I'd never heard of it.
Oh yeah, right. It was a hugely popular American sitcom series, back in when did it first come out? In the 80s, 90s? I can't remember now.
I think it was maybe it was maybe mid-80s or something.
Yeah.
Because they're very young. DJ was super young.
Yeah, it's got John Goodman in it as the father and Roseanne Barr as the mother. And then the kids, I can't remember their names, but yeah.
Is it Sarah Gilbert? Oh, is that her name?
Yeah, one of them.
Darlene, Sarah Chalk, Laurie Metcalf. She plays Roseanne's sister.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. I loved it. I was a huge fan. I've got every episode on DVD. I could probably recite every episode for you without any prompting. That's a bit sad.
Really? Oh, you're a huge fan then, yeah.
Yeah, I was a huge fan. I think it came back to, because we get free-to-air TV here, so we have about 4 channels that were free-to-air. That's expanded dramatically, but like you, I don't even have my aerial plugged in. I don't watch TV.
No, I've got it pulled out. I've got the plugs out. I don't even look at it.
But it came back, I think, during my first pregnancy, when I was very lazy, and Roseanne was there, and I recorded every episode on VCR, and and it just made me like, that's all I need to know about being a mother, is I'll just watch this show, and that's
Probably not quite the same. A little bit of poetic license going on in it, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember when the other show recently with the one you were talking about with Mandy and Cameron, where they were rattling through all these series. big nostalgia fest it was. Everyone's like, and there was one Married with Children. I did like that. That came out. I really liked that. Yeah, I thought that was really funny. Married with Children. I think they should bring that back, actually.
I think the only scary thing about that is a lot of young girls were really looking up to Kelly Bundy. I'm not sure that's
Oh yeah,
Robin. She was just pretty, and everybody wanted to be like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of revivals, when do we get the next World of Strange installment?
Oh, have you been listening?
Yeah,
to that?
I really liked it.
Oh, great! Oh, that's really nice. It's lovely to hear when to get one or two listeners now and again is really cool. Yeah,
Well, I was listening to that when I was making James, so.
That's an interesting thing you were doing. That one listening to that. I don't know if there's any connection there. I don't know, but.
I just can't. I just have to be doing something with my hands. Like even when I'm talking to you, I'm rolling this little bit of Super Sculpey into different shapes. I just can't. Yeah, so I've got to listen to something.
Going, yeah. Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, you're talking about that World of Strength. Yeah, I'm actually recording another one on the 20th of this month, and I can reveal to you a couple of things. You and the other guy and the other two viewers that are on here watching at the moment at this ungodly hour, but the next one's about Bigfoot.
Ah.
Yeah. Or it's in Australia. It's called Yowie.
Yeah.
The Yowie. Yeah. Extraordinary. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about that, and all being well, because I know with actors it's really difficult to get them to. Sometimes you can change the 11th hour for me, because they might get, they might have to dash out, they get a job, and then you've lost them. So, but as it stands, this is the busiest one guest-wise I've had. So, there's going to be 7 of us on there. I've got Tammy Baird, who played Lorraine. I've got Christoph Denick, who plays Ike the Spike. I've got James Quickstoney, who plays Deputy Broxford. I've got Jake Wardle, who plays Freddie. John Chad, as I call him, John Piricello, who plays Chad. And Stuart Strauss, who plays the first woodsman we see in part 2 in the jail cell when his head floats off. So it's going to be manic if they're all there. I don't know how I'm going to be able to control them, to be honest.
I'm curious about Ike the Spike. Sorry.
What's that, Caroline? Sorry.
I'm curious about Ike the Spike. Do we ever hear him talk in the show, in the return? He never talks, does he?
Yeah, he makes the phone call.
Oh, right.
He says a couple of words. He doesn't say much, but he does say a few things.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't talk very much. Not much dialogue, but he does say a few things. But you'll hear him speak a lot more if you listen to these shows, because that's his own voice, and you'll be able to hear him interact.
It just sounded like Tammy was having the best time, Frank. Like she was having the time of her life. Wasn't she?
Tammy was. I mean, that's why I was. Of all the people on there, I mean, I love all of them, but she brings a certain energy to it, and it kind of it brings out different aspects of all of us when she's there, So to not have her there would have been a bit. I would have thought, I would still love it, but I was determined to try and get her to do this, and I kept changing schedules and saying sorry to the guys. Can we move it this way, move it that way? Because she's working in Texas at the moment doing stunt. Because she's a stunt woman.
Oh wow!
She's a stunt woman mainly, and very good as well. I've seen some of her work. Incredible what she does, being hit by cars and rolling over bonnets, and unbelievable. They're very, very daredevil stunt women, or stunt people in general. But that's what she generally gets a lot of work from, is doing stunt work. So she can just go off at a drop of a hat and do some, go anywhere really. So so I had to really juggle dates, really difficult, try and get everyone together, and it's incredibly hard to do. Schedules just can change so quickly with actors, because they just get a phone call, off they go. Their job is not a regular 9 to 5. It's unpredictable. But fingers crossed, they'll all be there for that one. So I'm looking forward to that. That'd be really good. That's only a week today, tomorrow, wherever we are. So, yeah.
So I don't know if anyone asked you, Frank, but had you had any supernatural experiences yourself?
Yeah, I have. One in particular, I was working. This was about 20 odd years ago now, and I did my one and only ever bar job where I worked behind a bar. I've never done it since. not because of what happened. I just was never very skilled at it, you know. And but I was working behind a bar in an American Marine base over here, and they had a barracks there and a place, and the laws changed as soon as you walked in the Marine base. You were under American law, believe it or not, even though they were based here. So I work in the bar, and the Marines would live on site. They had barracks there and everything like that, and they had what they call a mess hall. That's where they prepared all the food for them and they ate and everything. So we used to get free meals thrown in. It was amazing. All meals. They used to do a different theme every week. Foods from around the world. So we'd get Mexican food, we'd get Chile stuff, we get American stuff, we get Chinese stuff. It was I loved it. And sometimes what would happen is when I was closing up at night, some of the boys, the American Marines there, who took to me, seemed to like me and that, would often buy a takeout, like a 6-pack of beer from me just before I closed, and say, come and sit with us and join us. And so I'd shut everything down. I'd say, I'll be back in a minute, do all the money takings and everything, do all that. And then I'd come back and sit with them before I went home, because luckily I only lived about 5 minutes from there at the time. And we sit and just talk, you know. And there was one night there where all the shutters in the mess bit where they served the food out through the hatches was all shut down, and it was metal shutters, and it was all locked, and the doors were locked, everything like that. And we were sitting around this table, and they had a little dance floor there because they used to have like discos and things. And as we were sitting there chatting, and there was only 5, no one else was there except us. There was a little light that shone onto the dance floor, and we were all sitting at a table, and then suddenly a shadow went over through the light, through the beam of light, as if someone walked across, but there was no one there. That was the first bit. And all the hair started going on the back of my arms, and we all looked and went, "What the hell was that?" And all of us saw it. And as soon as we said that, I said, "What the hell was that?" In the kitchen, which was all locked up, the mess kitchen, which had these big metal sinks, you know, a tap went fully on like that, and this water was going into the sink. And there's no one in there; it's locked. But the tap was full on; you could hear it hitting the metal, the water. And then when someone like brought it up and mentioned it, it stopped like that instantly. Now that freaked the hell out of us, and there's no explanation for it. I still don't understand what the hell happened there. So that was a really that's one of my weirdest experiences, I think, because we can't explain it. It's really difficult to explain. How can you explain that?
Well, it's not a drip.
No. And it wasn't like I was only on my first beer, so I wasn't hallucinating or anything. You know, I can understand it if I had about 6 or 12 of them, but I was only just sitting down, more or less. But yeah, that was really weird. Have any of you guys ever had any strange ghostly things or anything like that? Or
not really, but no. But I'm really easily scared, so it's a good thing that I don't have.
You would have run out if you'd seen that.
I haven't had anything too crazy, but one of my sister's friends, she had her hens night at J Ward, and J Ward is a beautiful big old stone building where they used to house the criminally insane. Interesting place to have a hens night. But she,
Oh, great! Yeah.
she was right into forensics and loved, I shouldn't say loved serial killers, was very interested in serial killers. So it was right up her alley. So we get there and it's dark and there's morgue trolleys laying around, and she's a pretty chick. And every time she would get a bit flushed and I have to sit down, it's like the blood would drain from her face. She was incredibly pale. She'd have to sit down. So I'd be standing there going, here we go again. So I'd just start taking photos while she was sitting down. When I got those photos back, there were lots of little orb-looking things, I suppose, everywhere. But we went up the top of where all the cells were, and right up the very top was, I guess, what they would have called death row. And they said that there was an inmate there who didn't have any legs, so he used to put his hand through the bars and grab the guards' legs to get their attention. It's midnight at this point, and the guard is going, if there's anybody there, and you could hear just rocks going down the stairs. And I've taken a photo of my sister and she's looking up at like, oh God, please help me. But there were orbs getting closer and closer to the guard's face when he was saying, is anybody there? And that's a stone throw from, we do have an insane asylum which has closed down just an hour from where I live, called Arradale. And if anybody's interested, go and have a look at Arradale. It's a beautiful building. One of the girls that I used to work with, young girls, she is a fantastic photographer, and she said, look, I've rung up these people. They're going to let me in. Can you drive me there? Because she didn't have her licence. So in we went, and she's taking lots of photos, and she lays on the morgue table and gets in the drawer, and I'm taking photos of her. I didn't see anything. We were there during the day. Beautiful big ballroom in there that's not used. But what I did take was above the morgue, the hole in the wall where the fridge was, I suppose, was a perfect little loop of a cobweb and a monarch butterfly stuck in it. And I said to the tour guide, can I have that? And he's looked at me and, what? Like, that butterfly, can I have that? So I went out and got a stick and got this butterfly down. So I've got this beautiful butterfly in my living room that I call the Arradale Morgue butterfly. It hasn't moved.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got the morgue butterfly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got some interesting spots around here and a pretty dark history with our asylums in the past. But they do ghost tours there now. It's completely closed down, but it's a beautiful big building in Arradale. Anyway, if anyone wants to have a look.
Wow. Interesting. You mentioned like thinking about the cliche thing, in the films where they always say it's been built on an Indian burial mound, that kind of thing. And that's where they got all this activity. But interesting what you just said about the asylum. But interesting, the history about that marine base where I was telling you about, that thing happened years back when the Second World War was going on. It might have been even the First World War, I'm not sure. That area where the building is was a hospital wing where the injured soldiers would come to. Many of them died there in horrible, hideous injuries from war. So it does have a bit of a history. So God knows if that guy was a chef that worked there or something, and he was putting the tap on the sink. I don't know. The ghost of a chef, or who knows. But it was spooky.
When quite a few of the ghost stories and stuff, it always seems to be around kitchens, and there seems to be a lot of pubs and things that seem to hold. It always seems to be around where people would gather for food or drink normally, if you really think about it. I do remember the guards telling us, or the tour guides telling us at J Ward, that there's 2 children that appear in the kitchen. And there is a big meat smoking room where you go into this room and it's just all smoky up the sides, and there's just these massive, huge hooks hanging from the ceiling. It's the craziest place. I would love David Lynch to film there.
Oh, he'd have a field day. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should tweet him.
I don't know if he reads Twitter, does he? Gets on, says a few words. Hi, friend. See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. But yeah, some experiences you can kind of write off, and and all that. But some things happen sometimes, and you just cannot, for the life of you. have a rational explanation for it. And that for me, and bear in mind, it wasn't just me there. There was 4 or 5 witnesses, and we all experienced the same thing at the same moment. So, you know, none of us were like imagining anything. We all saw it and heard it. It's just crazy, right?
Yeah,
I'll never forget that.
You can't just, you know, wish away, I think. There's, you know, who believes in aliens? Does anybody believe in aliens?
I'd like to think it's feasible. Yeah, I've got a very open mind about it. Yeah, I'm fascinated by it. Sure, because obviously I've not seen one. But it's difficult to. But I've got a very open mind about stuff like that. That's why That's why I had the idea to do those Worlds of Strange, because I was always fascinated by the unknown and the paranormal and supernatural. That's how it all came about, you know. And wanted to hear stories and learn more about it and gain more knowledge, you know. So yeah.
And I love that you've made a discussion about it, because you can YouTube ghost stories or whatever, and that robotic voice that they put on when they're, I can't cope with that. I have to turn it off. There's always a weird. I think it's just something.
What the recordings? You mean when people record their voices, the ghosts? What are meant to be ghostly voices on a recorder? Is that what you mean?
No, just commentary when you get a lot of those videos, and it just sounds very robotic to me, and every sentence ends, you know, going an octave lower, like they went to the house and then it was a party, and it's like, I can't watch you.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've seen those things where I think it's like, I know what you're talking about. They drive me up the wall, those things.
Yeah, it's almost like they've gone through auto-tune just to talk. It's weird.
Yeah. It's just I think it's just a synthetic voice. They type in the text and then this voice reads it back. It's not a human talking. It's just bloody computer thing, and it sounds awful.
Be much better.
It throws you out of the whole thing, you know.
Yeah, I can't sit through it.
No, but there's some good stuff out there. Do you like watching all the ghost hunt things? You know, these programs where they go in and do a vigil overnight, and do you like all that sort of stuff? Or
Yeah, well, they're doing those at Arrowdale now. So I think there's an American company, I could be wrong, but I think there's an American company that comes and does the ghost tours here at Arrowdale now. And I haven't been on one because I've been there during the day. And like I said, I didn't feel creeped out. I just felt it felt oppressive because back in the day, and I'm not historically correct with any year or anything, but you know, if you didn't like your wife, you could say that she was insane and they would lock her up, or if children were autistic or, you know, had very mild disabilities, they were locked up in that place. And there was a certain level that you got to where what they'd done is they'd painted the rooms pale blue and pale pink, I suppose, to try and make it more child-friendly. But there were still bars and still grates on the toilets and still very confined spaces where I couldn't imagine that being your childhood. It would have been awful.
You imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird how times have changed in that sense, because, you know, it's not a million years ago when they were doing electroshock therapy and straitjackets and really violent restraints and stuff like this, you know, and electric, you know, it's just awful, some of the things they endured, to be honest.
Yeah, when you go into the foyer of J Ward, there's big display cabinets and you can see a lobotomy kit. You can see the tools that they used. And
I bet it's grim, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Carolina, we're probably giving you the shivers.
Okay, don't worry, I'm fascinated. I just try to block it out before I go to sleep.
Don't have nightmares, please.
We better talk about something happier.
Yeah. We're supposed to be here. We're here for your entertainment. So, trouble is we can't see the cat. So
I don't understand why other people don't come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all shy apparently. I don't know what's going on.
Get it?
Yeah, see, Carolina did it. Yeah. You know. What are you saying, Millie? Sorry.
Oh, and I was just saying, I'm really introverted. This is so weird for me. Just saying a camera in the first time, I'm not going to know if I'm talking to you or if I'm just watching, because Yeah,
it's weird.
You take it in your stride, Millie. It's just like as if we were just in your front room having a chat over a coffee or something, you know? You know, are you
Yeah, I haven't
away
watched.
making stuff?
I haven't gone back and watched. I know that in the first video I was getting stuff off and all the dolls fell over, and I think it was about 30 minutes towards the end my bladder kicked in and I was you probably saw the blood drain from my face a little bit because I didn't know that I could say to Cameron, hang on, I'm just going to stop this and I'll be back in a second. I didn't know. I was feeling a bit trapped.
Oh, it's the worst thing when you're trying to say, and say they're having a really, really heavy conversation, and you're sitting there going, trying to find a moment where I can excuse myself, and it's like going on agonizing time. And you
start looking under the
get off the bloody thing.
vessels.
It's happened to me before. It's happened to me. Seriously, yeah. Oh dear. Especially on that 18-hour marathon we did.
Oh, right. That must have been hard.
That was. Well, we're all suffering. And I can't believe some people, if we were suffering, I can't believe some of the people that were watching it actually stayed the whole distance as well.
Well, but it's easier because when you're watching, you can do things at the same time, or you can eat.
You can do a bit of housekeeping and come back.
Yeah, but I do all sorts of things when I'm listening. I mean, on the live chat, you're more, you're participating more, but I do a lot of stuff listening to the videos. It's like listening to a podcast, or it's really good or you're going somewhere in your car or walking down the street, and you can listen to while you're doing other stuff. It's good.
Yeah. So like you, Millie, you could be multitasking, making dolls and doing knitting and everything while you're watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's why I watch things on repeat, because I don't have to look at it to know, but I know when to look as well.
Yeah.
I just watched episode 8. Sorry. I just watched
episode 8
the other
who hasn't? Yeah.
For like the 50th time. And I cried.
Really?
What the let me guess where you cried at. Was it the Senorita Dido scene?
Yeah, but more the giant. I'm in love with the giant. He's always been Twin Peaks to me. Don't get me wrong, like it's Cooper and it's it's the rest of them, but the giant, I just love him. And when he floats up, and I know that he's important.
Oh yeah, that was so tender and sweet, wasn't it? That moment. Yeah.
And the music sort of hits that pitch, and it's gold and glittery, and I've never really seen so much gold and glitter on TV before. It was just so magical, and I just felt lucky. I don't know if I was crying at the scene, but just, oh my God, I can't believe, my mission a couple of years ago was just to survive until season 3 came out. If I happen to get hit by a truck after that, that's okay. Just make it to that point.
You mean you don't want to live another 25 years to see season 4?
Oh no, I'd love to, but I had to see it because they kept pushing it back. It was yes, it might be happening. No, it's definitely happening now. It's not happening. David's not there, and so it kind of extended out a year past beyond when we thought we were going to get it, or at least a taste of what was coming. So it was like, another 12 months that I've got to just stay alive.
Oh man.
Were there any other parts that made you emotional in the return?
Oh yeah, look, when it first opened up and the music and the wind, I was pretty emotional then. Certainly cried when the log lady passed away. But everything was just nostalgia from beginning to end. When you first see Laura, when you first see Cooper, when you see the fall, when you see the red curtain, everything. And, there were bits that I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but now going back to that second of it, even the bits I didn't like.
Yeah. I mean, apart from part 8, because that's always a popular one. Everyone says that. That's the go-to episode, But I'm just curious, what other episodes stood out for you, other than that? What other ones really?
I really liked episode 15, that moment with Ed and Norma, and I know that's probably more throwing back to the nostalgia of that couple and not the new Twin Peaks, but the old Twin Peaks. I was on the edge of my seat, waiting for her hand to come across. Yeah, that was beautiful. But I liked the whole episode. there's bits and pieces that I really loved. I loved the girl crawling across the floor. I loved everything about Vera Palmer. Yeah.
Yeah. That was all in that episode. All that was going on. Yeah.
There's so many good scenes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Everything with Nado.
Yeah, I love that.
Is it the Purple Room they're calling it? Everything. Not everything. There wasn't really an episode I didn't like, but I can skip over some. Or like I know when to pick my time to leave the room because it's not intense. Yeah.
How about you, Carolina?
Sorry.
How about you, Carolina? What episodes stood out to you? What ones did you like?
Well, talking about the emotional thing, the part that you find more emotional, I really liked. I think it was episode 12, the ending of episode 12, when they played the heartbreaking song and they share the pie.
Oh,
and I don't know. I think it's the song too, and the fact that he's kind of lost there, but I mean, he finds some sort of happiness, and it's like Dougie's a little wise also, and you kind of see that in his eyes. And then the music, but it's also really sad because he's far away from everything we know. Yeah. And I think the music is just so beautiful. That one, I really like it. I think for me that was really emotional. When it ended, I was like, oh, this is so perfect, so beautiful. I thought that one was really good.
And when the little old lady came in, the little woman from the
because it's like that Twin Peaks thing of people helping each other and being kind to each other, even when Dougie's lost. Yeah.
One of my maybe more what I think is one of the funnier moments is just that very brief exchange with the Mitchum brothers after the old lady comes up and thanks Cooper, and they look at each other and sort of clear their throats. That makes me laugh every time.
Yeah.
I think they're adorable, so cute.
But it's there is some humor too, but it's also really touching. It's really good. Yeah. And then you have Candy really looking intensely at the camera, like so much traffic, and it seems kind of silly, but she looks a bit intense also. I just can't explain it, but it's everything seems, I don't know, for me it seems a little intense even.
Yeah. The bit earlier in that, I think it's the same episode 12, isn't it? Yeah, the cherry pie thing.
Yeah, that was a good one.
When they realise that he's got good, Coop as Dougie has got good intent when he brings the box to them.
Yeah.
And he says, and Mitchum says, "There's going to be a cherry pie in there. I've seen it in my dream," or something like that. And if there is a cherry pie in there, we can't kill this guy. And it was just Belushi's elation, but we're jumping up and down. It's a cherry pie. And then he brings the cup and goes, "Woo!" I just found it hysterical because these guys are meant to be two big, muscle heads,
I loved them. I loved them.
Big time cooks and hard guys, and yet they're just going around like two little children, at the end of it.
I like their line. People are under a lot of stress, Bradley. When
I love that too.
Oh, that was brilliant. That was brilliant.
And I wasn't sure about them at first because remember when we first meet them, they're not so nice.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, and then when they turned out to be just really cute, I love them.
Yeah, they ended up being like two of the best characters in new characters in it. Everyone really loved them by the end of it. It was amazing. Yeah.
It's true.
But it's interesting because it's an interesting kind of moral thing that's going on because like Dougie, the Coop Dougie. I mean, I still call him Cooper because he is. As far as I can say, that's not Dougie. That's Cooper.
Yeah, it is Cooper.
Yeah. Because Dougie's been destroyed in the Red Room. He's become a little.
Yeah, that's true. Dougie is the one that was there, and then they put Cooper there. He was just a little.
Yeah, he's just sort of landed in life. Really, he's just like living Dougie's life. The slow way, the slow way. He's going to have a slow journey to get back to normal. Yeah. But it's interesting. It's a journey not for him, not just for Cooper to get back to where he needs to be, but it's a journey. All the people that he meets as Dougie, as it were, he touches their lives and makes it better. without really doing anything, if you know what I mean. But he just seems to have an effect on people. So he makes the Mixon brothers nice. He makes that character cry when he's massaging his shoulders, to get the dandruff off.
Yes,
And the guy
really
breaks the messes. All these things are going on. It's incredible,
Yes.
Oh, someone's joining us.
Oh,
Wilton.
who's this?
I think he's having the same problem I had.
Hello there.
No.
Yeah, you need to switch off the YouTube channel. If you've got it
Just a
on.
minute.
You get a lot of feedback on it. Yeah.
I'm using my mobile phone. Things are complicated here.
Oh, someone's joining us. Wilton.
Yeah, because people are forgetting that they come on here and they're still watching they're still viewing the channel on YouTube. I did that once. I was live on the thing, and he said, "Are you on YouTube as well?" I thought, "Yeah, I'm watching myself. What the hell's going on?" Yeah.
So, can I ask? Hi, Wilton. By the way, can I ask if we got a season 4 or a film, what storyline would you like it to follow?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you very well. I am using my mobile. Can you please repeat the question?
I was just saying, if we got a season 4 or a film, what storyline would you most like to see followed up?
I'd like them to surprise me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I like it
I agree with you.
Come with something as original as they came up in season 3. I think it's their job. I think it's the job to do whatever they are envisioning. The audience has another part in the whole. That's what I think. It makes sense.
It does. Which is what season 3 did. I mean, talk about curveballers on that one.
Yeah.
None of us expected what was going to happen in that, and that's exactly what, same thing really, isn't it? We were surprised.
Yeah, I had people ringing me and how did you go? And, oh, it's so exciting for you. And I couldn't even really talk after the first, because I think we got the first 2 episodes in a row here. I had to watch it on Stan, which is kind of like Netflix. But I couldn't really talk. And it even took me a couple of days to go, all right, well, I'll jump online and see what people are saying about it. And I came across a few channels where people were just being, I don't know, disrespectful. And so back to Cameron.
Yeah, I think you get that in every form of fandom across the board, yeah. There's always going to be people that just not like it no matter what you do.
There's just been crazy waves of negativity, like even amongst, I suppose, the art community, and I'm just in it by default, but, like people posting things that they've made and then other artists coming in and cutting them down, all the stuff that, and it's come in waves, and it seems to be when there's sort of competing ideas, because I think prior to the book, we still had something to look forward to and people were talking about that. Then we got the book and then it went back to this negative undertow of just weirdness. And then we got the Blu-ray release and people were talking about the Blu-ray release, and then it just went back to a little undertow of negativity, and I can't quite figure it out. But there seems to be a lot of competitiveness in terms of theories and what people think Twin Peaks means.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's weird.
I found it really...
Do you think that people are like... Sorry.
No, go on, Caroline.
Okay.
Sorry. It's okay. Go on.
Sorry. Do you think that people are less negative when there's something about to come out?
Yeah. I feel like we all sort of band together like a family when there's something that we're collectively looking forward to, but then we go back into our own world. We're quite cynical and not everybody, like there's members of the community that are consistently nice and supportive, but and just in terms of this campaign, I know that there's probably people there going, oh, well, why would we want to throw our money towards it? You don't have to throw much towards it. And it could be something that tides us over until we get something else. I was looking at fan films. Have you guys seen any fan films or fan-related videos on YouTube?
The most recent one I saw was when I was at the Twin Peaks UK Fest last October. They did a fan short thing where people sent in like fan films, narrow it down and pick, you know, a dozen or so or whatever over the weekend, and show them on the big screen, which is really cool. I sat in there. I think it was on the Saturday, and I think they were showing about 6 films that day. I sat for about three of them, and not because I don't know what the others were like. I can't comment. It's not that I was bored or anything. It's just that I was catching up with old friends. You know what I mean? You meet people online, you become friends. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are going to the fest, and there was so much to do, and there's just so little time there. So I was always flitting around talking to people. So I was in and out of everything, you know. I never sat still for very long. But the ones I saw were really incredibly inventive. Well, there was one animated one that was amazing, and the Scottish voices. It was just a crazy animation, which didn't have a lot to do with nothing to do with Twin Peaks, but it was kind of Lynch inspired madness. That was really funny, that one. I can't remember what it was called, Scottish Soup or something. I can't remember now. It was just crazy anyway. And then there was this one, the one that a lot of people talk about online. I brought it up before, called, which was blatantly Twin Peaks, was the one about young Leland when he first meets Bob. And gets,
I heard about that one.
Pearl Lakes, that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, by this Norwegian director called Thor. He's a very talented guy. It was only about 5, 6, 7 minutes long, I think. And that one's really well made. Really well made. And considering the fact it was shot in Norway, the locations, the woods and everything there, don't look much different to you know, the Pacific Northwest. Mm-hmm. So you felt you were still in that world, even though you weren't, you know. And that was really clever. It just gave some backstory to that, something we haven't seen before. Not much like what Cameron's doing now, trying to fill, you know, details in about Annie. Mm. This guy was doing what happened when Leland was attacked by Bob at the lake, and it was really good. Yeah. So that one stood out, and that went down a storm. The Thor was in the audience when it was shown, and I remember when it finished. It wasn't for packed house, but there was probably a good 50 to 100 people in there at the time, and everyone turned to him and applauded him. It was really amazing. He was so touched. It got the biggest reception out of all the films I saw at that point, you know. So people really, really loved it, you know. And you can imagine that he must have felt great, you know.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. So that was my fun. Yeah. So I've seen that, but I haven't really watched many fan films of other genres. Have you guys watched other things or
no?
I was looking at some yesterday, and look, you can certainly see where people are inspired by Lynch. Do they tell a story, or are they just lots of images and similar sounds?
Yeah.
But I think it's nice what Cameron says, that he's not going to imitate what Lynch does, but the film is going to be its own thing. I think that's good because.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's no point in doing a pale imitation. Right? You know,
yeah.
You want to make your own mark, don't you?
I think that's great.
Because he wants to be known as a filmmaker, and Cameron, and he has done it, been at it for quite a few years. Why would you want to be another Lynch?
Yes, and I think you'd want to serve the story, do the things that work for the story, and not things that you find cool, or that, oh, Lynch did this and it's so cool, and because that's going to look gimmicky or not authentic, you know. So. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
And I think, sadly, David Lynch isn't going to be around forever. It'd be a real shame if all of that world died off with him. I think most of it will, but it would be a shame if all of it did.
I agree completely. I don't think it will die completely. There's too many stories to tell, you know. I couldn't see it. I just can't see where. I think it'll come back in some kind of. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't.
Sorry, 1 minute, please. Can you hear me? Can you hear me well?
Yep.
I've just gone onto the Indiegogo page, guys, just to give you guys and everyone.
There's new things on Indiegogo.
Ooh.
There are new donations.
All right. Yes, we are at 65% still, but it's gone up to $16,222. Yeah. So thanks, guys, for donating. That's brilliant. Yeah. So a little update there.
This will happen.
Every dollar counts. Yeah. Yeah. But we can't get the live chat on here, so we can't see who's on here, who isn't.
I can see it. I have it here.
You got it. Okay.
But it's difficult to follow.
Going too rapidly.
Watching, Carolina.
Hmm?
How many people are watching?
40.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Well, that's not bad. That's this time of depends where they are, of course, but.
George Ray said inspirations in art evolve into other artists' work.
Yeah.
And he says that Lynch also has influences like Kubrick and Bergman and Hitchcock.
Absolutely. I mean, we're inspired by Lynch, but Lynch was inspired by, Lynch, other people inspired him. That's what it does. It goes on like that.
And Kubrick was also inspired by Lynch.
Yes, that's what I want to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Didn't he play?
Yeah.
Razorhead on the Shining set. I think he showed the
and everybody talks about how Eyes Wide Shut is very inspired by Lynch also.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of surrealism and stuff in that. Yeah.
It's cool how they. Yes, it's.
Hey, can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Oh, hello there. Someone is exploding on the channel. Yeah.
Listen, I am the guy in the mask.
The guy in the mask. Yeah.
Long enough to get here.
You're breaking up.
I can hear you a little bit there, but I think you're breaking up slightly though. It's a little bit. Yeah. Connection's not too great for some people, but
Let me try something else.
But we're glad you're here.
It's Exploding Nightmare Productions.
Oh, that's Exploding Nightmare Productions. Yeah, I've seen the man on the chat there. Yeah. Welcome, Exploding Nightmare Productions. I might shorten your name.
ENP.
ENP. Yeah, that's it. We'll call you ENP from now on, if that's all right. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for being on, love. So that's really cool that some people have popped on it. That's good. That's really good.
I know, that's creepy.
This was
the earlier link.
Sorry.
You can see when you talk ENP. I have to keep referring to that, but we can't hear you very well. Breaking up a lot. Yeah, so your connection's not great.
Technical.
Where are you calling from? The outer limits or something? Yeah. So what do you guys want to talk about? Because I don't know what I've drawn a blank.
I was just staring.
Milton, do you want to say anything?
Yeah.
I want to say a lot of things. Problem is, I don't think I can say a thing. I'm a bit too shy.
Milton and I can...
Yeah, your highlights of this. Tell us a few of your highlights of season 3. What particular favorite things did you like in that?
Well, what I like the most about season 3 is that that one thing that I addressed first time I just came here, and it's the fact that they don't try to mimic the old ways. They did a whole different thing, and they took action. They reinvented themselves. On the other hand, I think, although the new show had the same old feel, it intentionally nostalgia it and make this examination is nostalgia and what it is to be the same person 25 years later after a lot of things had happened. They executed it very well. They delivered it very well. It was somewhat frustrating at times. I felt like they were toying with my mind a lot. I really think they were trolling with the audience a lot. They were somewhat disrespectful, but they were also very audacious, very bold. And nobody ever did that in that way. They were so very, very courageous. And for me, Twin Peaks is to TV what Ulysses is to literature. This complete breakup of the structures, paradigm, and everything that's already crystallized. That's regarding that context, which is a TV show. That's what I think. What was so surprising, so immensely good season 3, despite the whole thing about playing with the audience and everything. It was an amazing sensation. And I will be very, very glad if we have any more Twin Peaks, because no other show can do that.
Yeah. That's intriguing. Yeah, I agree with you totally there. That's a really nice way you put all that. Yeah. It's totally surprising, yeah. I think that's also why it wouldn't, because of the way it came back, and it didn't, I mean, it gave some, nostalgia, but basically it tried to move away from that a bit. It tried to move forward, didn't it, really? With these new characters and plot and everything. That we never expected. Which is always great. ENP, what stood out? What sort of things did you enjoy about season 3? Can't hear you.
Exploding Nightmare Productions.
Yes. Have you exploded? I think he's detonated. It's like yeah. Are you there? Are you there? Yeah. Your reception is terrible, man. I don't know if you might want to try and get. Are you on your phone or are you on the computer? I'm not sure. You might want to sort of come off and come back in again. I don't know. Sometimes that makes a difference. I'm not sure. But
me?
Yeah. Sometimes it helps to log out, to come out, to log off, and log back in. Sometimes the connection's better. You can come out of the chat and come back in again. Or do the classic, take the plug out and put it back in the wall again. Yeah, but don't put a fork in it at the same time. That could be deadly. Yeah. He's alive.
ahead of me. That's right. I have the mic stuck to like.
Yeah, we can't hear you, man. You're breaking up like mad. Yeah. Unfortunately, we'd love to hear what you're talking about, but we can't. We can't. You just keep breaking up, you know. This is a live broadcast, by the way. Cameron, you're not helping us here. We have to do this all on our own with no technical expert. For Christ's sake, man, where are you?
What do you do?
What do you want to talk about? For God's sake? Millie, help us, please.
It's Sunday.
Live television.
It's freaking me out, dude. Seriously.
Do something. Cameron must have known this. You do something live, right? And it's obvious it's not going to go according to plan, isn't it? It's just left us like, you know. It's crazy, man.
Oh dear.
I bet that is Cameron trolling us for that.
I think I'm going to have nightmares about this now, not what we talked earlier.
Yeah, we were already talking about that. I thought you were just getting over all those nightmares earlier that we were speaking
Yes,
about.
I was just.
It's too late now. Yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah. I can't be the only one that's trying to keep this all together.
What time is it there, Frank?
It's ridiculous. It's nearly 2:30 in the morning.
Oh.
Guys,
It's 2:30 here. Midnight 30. Brazil.
how about you, exploding person? What time is it there? Witching hour there.
9:30. We're
9:31 p.m. or
Let
a.m.
me try this one more time.
What part of the equation?
Yeah, for me.
Wow. So we're coming from all parts of the globe here. Yeah, amazing.
It's 1:30 p.m. on Sunday here.
You're forward in time. You're ahead of me. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all time traveling.
I'll come from the future.
Yeah, you come from the future. Who is it? Future or is it past? Yeah, I don't bloody know.
I can never work it out because it's 19 hours, and that's just a hard number in terms of mathematics.
Weird. 19, that's a really bizarre one. Yeah.
So, do you do Celsius, Frank, or Fahrenheit?
Both.
Ah,
Both. So we say 30 Celsius. That would equate to like 70 something. No, more than that actually. Probably 30 Celsius would be about 88 Fahrenheit. So that's the hot end, you know. Yeah. Yeah, that's how we do it. How do you do it over there?
Celsius. Yeah. So it's,
You do Celsius. Yeah, we kind of have both of them. We kind of do it. Yeah.
yeah,
Do
it was 44 degrees Celsius here last week.
Oh man, that's hot.
Yeah, it was really
I saw in the news that some places got to 50.
Yeah, Sydney, I think in New South Wales. Yeah, our
Really?
roads were melting,
Oh.
bats out of the sky.
How could you wouldn't be able to walk out in that, would you? Because your shoes would melt.
Crazy.
No, it was horrible. I went outside a couple of times, and you know when you go into a sauna, not that I do that very often, you just get that
No.
very brief moment where the sauna catches your breath. That's what it was like outside. It was terrible.
That real heavy, hazy heat. Yeah, just that's awful.
Yeah,
I can't
Yeah.
stand that.
and our roads were melting.
Annie comes on here. You know, Annie. Right, is this the same guy? I know there's two of them. Yeah. How's it going there?
Piz.
Piers, how are you? Good man. Exploding Nightmare Productions, who hasn't quite exploded yet. And we've got Piers.
I'm about to explode from this thing not working right.
Fair enough. We can sort of hear you. I wonder if you just turn your volume down, maybe. Just to be give you the most obvious suggestion.
Some interesting.
Hold on for a second.
Some
Now,
interesting characters on here. This is fascinating. Yeah.
We actually have 46 people on the chat, so it's good we weren't discouraged with all this.
What are they talking about in the chat?
Well, they said that things have gone a bit off the rail when we when we were a bit.
Are we ever on the rails?
The rails,
Yes,
yeah.
that's
derailed.
right.
Yeah. Cameron
I'm sorry.
has a lot to answer for.
And
so how are we doing?
oh, George, sorry, George, I'm always quoting you, but you have really good ideas for things to talk about. He says it's Lynch's birthday coming up next Saturday.
The 20th of January, yeah. I think
Yeah.
he's set. Let me think how old he's going to be. Yeah. 72 years. Wow, look at it. I think I know who that is. I can't swear to it, but I think I know who that might be there. With the Jason mask on. I could be wrong though. Are you from the land down under by any chance? It's not the guy I'm thinking of there.
Okay, let's move on with the chat. Everyone,
Any guys in the chat want to ask us any questions, and we can try and answer them to the best of our ability.
all right.
Anything there, Carolina? Did anyone want to throw us a question each or something?
They're talking about the dancing guy.
Yeah. The dancing guy with the yeah.
They're saying we are being trolled. Nightmares ahead. They're a bit distracted.
Yeah.
I think somebody says this is very bizarre.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I wouldn't expect anything less, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh,
think
someone
I'll leave
says
it
this is a good comment. This is actually episode 19, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is effing insane. I thought the 24-hour stream went crazy.
Because it went from like watching paint dry for 5 hours, just looking at Cameron's empty room, to now this complete insanity. Yeah.
I think this is crazier. I don't know, but
It's the same guy.
all right. If in doubt, talk about the weather. That's what we did.
We've already covered that one. Next.
I think Piers should make some noise so I can see what he's got in the background of his room there.
Yeah.
It's Freaky Jason, baby.
There we go. Oh,
There you go.
my eyes aren't that quick.
I don't know what we. I don't know
Freaky
what
Jason, baby. This Freaky Jason, baby. What's up, man? What's up? It's Freaky Jason in the place. What's up? How's it going?
doing there.
Yo, what's up, man? Freaky Jason in the place with Style and Grace. What's up, ladies? What's up? How y'all doing?
How you doing there?
I didn't ask you, bro. I'm asking the ladies, baby. We about to get freaky up in
Oh
here,
yeah,
bro.
lady.
I'm talking to the ladies. Freaky Jason in the place. What's up, guys? What's up,
Jason.
guys?
Jason's in the house. Yeah.
No. Freaky Jason, baby. Freaky Jason.
Yeah. What's the track you're listening to there?
I don't. It's just. I just got this flow naturally, baby. I just dance, baby.
I keep it freaky. What's up, baby girl? What's up, baby girl?
Yeah.
Carolina, what's up, baby? How you doing, girl? Hello.
What's going on?
He's woke up again. Oh man, this is great. Look, you should be donating, for Christ's sake. You can't get this entertainment for free.
Freaky Jason says donate, baby. If you freaky, you donate, baby. Freaky, donate, baby.
Donate.
That's a good message.
Be a freak and donate, baby.
You got it. Damn right. Yeah.
All right,
Nation in the world.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Oh, baby.
You're going to leave me here, Millie? Thanks.
Oh, 2 minutes.
Yes, 2 minutes.
Don't be too long, baby. Don't be too long, baby.
Too long, please.
Hurry back, baby girl. Hurry back, baby girl. I don't like the ratio. I don't like the ratio in here. There's not enough ladies in here. We need more ladies in here. I don't like this ratio.
The ratio, yeah. To the people out there, if you want to come on, you can jump on, you know. I think the link's in the chat.
We need some
Well, I can't see the chat, but I
ladies
think the
up in
link's up,
here.
so anyone can come on, you know.
We need to get freaky.
Yeah. So where are you from? What part of the States are you in there, Jason?
Crystal Lake, baby. You ever heard of it?
I've heard of it. It's a funky place.
Oh, we keep it freaky for real up in here, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a place you went to, but you don't tend to leave. Yeah, a bit like Hotel California. Yeah.
A lot of people come to Crystal Lake. Nobody leaves. If you catch my drill, baby, we get freaky up in there, baby.
That's right. All we need now is to get Freddy Krueger on here and Michael Myers, and we've got the
That would be great.
Freddy Krueger, a mark. Freddy Krueger is a mark.
Mr. C can deal with Jason. Did it once.
Yeah, we need Mr. C on here. That'd be good. Yeah. There is a Mr. C on the chat.
There is, yes. Is he here today, Mr. C?
Is he here, or has he gone into the red room? Yeah.
I haven't seen him.
I have no idea. He's usually on there, but I suppose what time?
Carol, what part of the world you from, girl? What part of the world you from, girl?
Yeah, we've talked about it. I'm from Portugal.
Oh, Portugal. Yeah, I like it. Freaky Jason Lucky.
Okay. Have you ever traveled? Have you ever done a lot of traveling there, Jason? Or
I tell you what, come to Crystal Lake, baby. Come to Crystal Lake, baby. You are.
I'd love to go.
That's kind of far.
Well, you are invited, baby. You are invited. I guarantee.
It's nice of you.
Have you been watching the show long, Jason? The videos.
I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time to watch shows. You know what I mean? I don't have a lot of time to watch shows.
You're too busy killing people. Yeah.
I'm a busy man, keeping it freaky.
Yeah.
That's just how we do, man.
Savior has arrived. Thank you so much. He's here. He's here. He's here. Thank God.
Okay, now do something.
Wait till you see the playback cam. You're going to be in hysterics, man. I tell you. I've been trying to hold all these maniacs together here.
I got a message. I got a message for the haters out there in the chat, and here's the message right now: get dabbed on, freaky.
Yeah. Get your freak on, Freddie. Freddie, why am I calling Freddie? That's sacrilege.
Oh man, that's an insult to me, boy. That's an insult to me, boy.
I know that's a swear. I know that's a terrible thing to call you Freddie. I know that's just. But Crystal Lake, man, yeah, that's the best. Yeah. How's everyone doing? All right. Yeah.
Can we not hear Cameron speaking?
Christ's sake. No, he's just enjoying it. He's
Hello?
just relishing in my.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can. Thank you.
Jason.
Yeah.
That's freaky, Jason, to you, son.
Freaky Jason, yeah.
Have a good night. Make sure everybody checks out Pizzal's channel as well as the Sausage Factory. Oh my!
We've been trolled by Jason. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely hilarious.
Good
Piz,
man. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for stopping by, Piz. All right.
Appreciate it. You know, it's been great fun. Surreal and great fun. What you're up to?
This is like ultimate meme going on here.
Oh my place is
Peace
falling
out to all my
apart.
freaks out there. Peace out to all my freaks out there. Carol, that open invitation to Crystal Lake whenever you need it, baby. Come on down.
All right. Have a good night. Man, wow, Piz just went all.
What the hell?
What the hell? Yeah. What planet are we on? The planet of Garmin Boasting.
People in the chat are saying, thank God Cameron is back.
I echo that sentiment.
No problem with him. I'm telling you. Anyway, what I was saying was I got to get what Joey has, which is like, because when he does one of his videos, you can see the chat like on the screen. And no, I need to get that, because if I do this more often, which I might do, because this was hilarious. I was reading the chat, just going, "Oh my God, everybody's having a heart attack here." It's absolutely hilarious. So that is a lot of. Okay, George. Yeah. George says it's like a train wreck. I can't look away. Oh my goodness.
That's one way of putting it. That's a mild way of putting it.
Yeah. The link should be. What I don't understand is why it was so hard for everybody to not get on via the chat when it's working everywhere else. You know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So. Well,
a lot of people have problems with their phones and that. That's an issue.
Yeah, I mean that's the big issue, because if you don't have the right phone that's compatible with it, that's one problem with doing this. But I do want to give a shout out real quick to Tim, who donated $50. That's amazing.
Thank you, Tim.
A bunch of you guys, yeah, and then Brian gave 25.
Brilliant, Brian. Thank you.
So let me see what the total is now here.
You mean that's all we've earned with all this entertainment? It's $75.
Well, no, because we're up to 372 backers at 16,222. So I mean, we went up, about $110, whatever. But still, though, I mean, hey, at least it went up $100. If I wasn't doing this live stream, it wouldn't have gone up at all. Because literally the last donation, I believe, was Carolina, like 10 minutes after our last stream. So that was, I mean, there was like a huge chunk of time in between. So anyway, who is here? Who is here? We got Millie, we got Frank, we got Carolina. Carolina, it's so great to have you on here. So wonderful to meet you. Your tweets are astounding. Did you guys all see the one of Janie E holding up the sign that says all we need is this, and she's got the sign to Dougie, like saying how much money we need left? That's great. All right, we have Exploited Nightmare, who finally figured out how to get on because I had to email it to him. And then who's this over here? And the blue. I'm sorry?
Wilton.
Oh, Wilton. Hey, how's it going?
Good to meet you, finally.
I appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much for your donations. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Oh, of course. I figured this would be. I'm going to call this video the experiment after after that the glass box experiment. Gloria was saying in the chat, Cameron, why don't you at least leave a movie on in the TV for us to watch? But that's copyright. And I have to find something that's like Night of the Living Dead or something that's like non-copyright, just play it in the background. Oh my goodness. Yeah, even James at Twin Peaks Coffee Time is saying the Google video link doesn't work, which is really weird because it's working if you get it emailed and and Twitter, right? But it's not, for whatever reason, it's not working in the chat. So I will email that to you right now. Anybody else who wants to come on, just email me and I will send you the link via that way. So I'm not sure how long I will be here, but I figure I'm in the mood to talk for a little bit at least. So how's everybody doing? Did you guys all have fun this morning watching the craziness, the glitches? The Black Lodge was definitely interfering with that stream.
Yeah, there was a lot of electricity going on.
Oh, definitely.
I didn't see that part yet.
Oh, that's all right. You're not missing all that much, but
I'll catch up. But
let's see here.
Yeah.
All right.
So when this comes out, I guess it's going to be in like little individual videos, isn't it? Because you can't have like how long can you run one video for?
8 hours. So yes, this will be
going to be crazy to look back on that.
Well, no, this one's not going to be 8 hours. I'm just saying I can run a video for up to 8 hours. So you know what I was thinking about doing too, because this was a tremendous success. I think I should just let it live stream all week.
Leave it on
24/7. Just everyone can just come and go as they please.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be completely nuts.
It would be, but it would definitely be fun. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, James, I'm sending this to you via your email, so be sure to check your email if you want to come by. It should work this way. It's working for everybody else. So
yeah, I don't know why it doesn't work on certain things, but
it's weird though, because there's other people who do post it in the links and you can sign on just no problem. So I don't know, maybe there's some sort of hiccup. It's hard for me to know because I'm not with the other people to see what their system is, you know? So
yeah.
Okay, here. Matthias says, I'll be hooked up all week. Please, no. I need to do other stuff too. if I just leave it on for a solid week.
Understand.
Well, you know, I got to get the word out there. You know, there's only 9 days left, so.
That's right. Yeah. So start donating, please, because we've been providing you a lot of cabaret tonight.
But you know, this is fun. This is like a giant party. I was laughing so hard reading the chat with everybody going, where the hell is Cameron? What's in that bag? Is Cameron gonna jump out of this? They were saying that this video was the opening scene from Inland Empire 2.
Yeah, I reckon you got Bilal in that bag. You know, basket cake gonna come out.
Now, Sean in the chat is saying this is the best episode yet, which is that's sad because I haven't been on it. So obviously
the next one we do.
I see what you guys want.
Yeah.
Alice in the chat says about Freaky Jason, what in the hell did you bring with you from that portal?
Black Lodge creature.
The best part is because because my channel is the host. You guys are powerless. Like you can't kick people out. So you have to just sit there.
What the hell?
So you just have to sit there and take it.
Who's this guy?
Yes, baby.
That,
Okay, Caroline, are you okay?
Crazy.
well, listen, I really appreciate you guys staying on because if you guys all jump ship, Freaky Jason would have had the channel. So,
Jason just left on the
what's really funny is that the guy who was playing Freaky Jason, he has seriously like 9,000, 10,000 subscribers on his channel. So he's just having a blast.
You should have treated him better.
The chance of other people jumping in, all the people who maybe
me so desirable to be here. And then I stayed.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
We couldn't leave at that point. No, but once he was here, that was it. We were just mesmerised. We were all hypnotised, I think, for half an hour.
George, I sent you the link. Get your butt in here. He's saying I want to come on, but I can't handle this madness.
Oh,
George,
Now KS
please, you
KS in the chat pays us the ultimate compliment, saying tonight's episode is better than any episode of season 3. George, I tweeted it.
It had to be done. It had to be done.
George, I direct messaged you the link so on Twitter. So
Jimmy Savile has joined us.
who's here? Is there someone else here? Oh no.
Yeah, James. Hi, James.
Oh my god.
No, it's Deputy Cliff. Wow.
Deputy Cliff has arrived. Yeah. Howdy.
Are you gonna talk or just deep breathe?
I've got his mic on.
It's very, very good to see you all, friends.
Oh God.
Jason earlier on.
I've just been watching one of my favorite films and thinking of you.
What, Exorcist 2? The Net? Oh my. You know, James, if I end up doing this live link thing throughout the week, you know, you could literally do one of your Twin Peaks coffee times on my channel. You could just bring everybody over and be like, hey, you just wouldn't be able to shut it off.
We might go from Sunday to Monday, I think.
There you go. Yeah.
We should, yeah.
Listen. Your channel really does need to try the 24-hour stream, because after 3 hours, you guys are out of control. What would 24 hours be like with you guys?
I'd have to remain there in body and spirit, old friends.
Yeah. I think most of us would be. We're actually talking about body and spirit. I was actually having an out-of-body experience for most of this.
Alexandra in the chat, James, she thinks that you're the switchboard lady from the police station right now.
I'm absolutely overloaded with calls right now.
Yeah.
Calls or calls.
But it's very, very good to see everybody here. I can't believe you've not met your target yet.
I think we all feel that way. So.
I've literally not slept all campaign.
So that's your hair after a week of not washing it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Wow, this is the most people we've had on here in a long time. It was, you know what? I'll tell you the scariest thing was I checked the video about an hour in, and there was 40 people watching an empty room.
It was very weird.
Nobody was in the video, but there was 40 people watching, and everybody was talking in the chat. It was truly a mind-bending experience.
It was. Yeah, it still is.
Because there were technical problems. There were people trying to log in, like myself, but we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of fans in Uganda, I believe.
Really?
Who?
I've met a few.
Oh, I'm really big in Romania. If you look at my
they're always looking for their queen. They say, "I'm looking for the queen. Are you the queen
of Romania?"
No, Uganda.
Oh.
Have you never heard of that? It's a meme online.
No, I have not.
Not racist. It's just making fun of.
Everybody's just really happy about George being here.
Yeah. Yes.
Hello, everybody.
So,
George.
George,
Hello,
give us a preview. What are you putting on your channel? You said you're gonna do some big announcement. Announce it here.
Yeah. No, I won't announce it here. But Yeah, I'll probably put it up tomorrow. I'll try and make videos tonight. I don't know, I'm way too distracted. So check out the madness of this stream, and it's been very entertaining. So but thanks for bringing me on.
Are you announcing a competitive Annie Blackburn movie? That's all I want to know.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
if I ever do a fan film, it'll be about Chet Desmond, most likely. But I'll remember doing it. So
yeah, that's another one.
Unless I get Chris Isaac, but I don't know. We'll see.
Just put a little Buddha on a green screen and just isolate him and make your own Chet Desmond movie.
Yeah, there we go.
Sean wants George you to team up with Freaky Jason and make a video. Apparently,
so. No way.
Yeah,
that he's not my kind of people. I'll just put it nicely. I don't know. That was really cringeworthy, but still, it was funny. I enjoyed watching it, but it was really cringeworthy. I had my mouth open, like in shock the entire time.
There were people in the chat who thought it was me. I was like,
that thought kind of crossed my mind too. Like, really? Everyone pulling on this, putting that mask on, and
no.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. So what are we going to talk about? We got like 10 people here, no discussion.
Posted it before you got here.
Well, I had a painted on beard on my last video.
I saw that. It looked good though. After
it's nearly 3 a.m.
After you kind of smear it off, it looked even better because it looked like a 5 o'clock shadow like 2 days later.
I was going to do another one now for just this, but then I've considered my mental health and that would possibly be carted off. It would just start to psychotic break or something. Like when I watched episode 1 and 2, that nearly caused one as well. So.
Did you
seriously, when the creature came out of the glass, that was quite bad for me. It's just the time I was watching it. It would have been at this time in the night, And really, had a very deep psychological effect.
Well,
seeing that girl in the thong.
Frank, I have good news. The Thor who made the Summer at Pearl Lakes, he's gonna come on soon and do a video. So that
I was talking about
yeah, not Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
But no, he's his short Summer at Pearl Lakes I thought was really good and definitely was an inspiration for like making me decide to do mine. So he was like, yeah, I'm super happy. Let's do it. So he'll be on at some point soon. So that's good.
Right.
That's like a powerful hammer blow to my stomach. It was very powerful.
That's a good effect. Yeah.
I mean, not.
He's done the job well, I think. Yeah.
No, it was good, really. I'm joking. I mean, Thor, he's very powerful.
He's a nice guy. He's definitely, a talented guy,
I met him at the UK festival. Well, then, so.
Millie, Sean wants to know: have you made a Mr. C doll?
Yeah, he went to. Oh no, she's got it now. Richard Redlefson, who I think was one of the makeup team, he bought it for Debbie Zoller.
Whose sound is backfiring?
What do you say? He's got Ebola.
Who's that? Who has?
No, so Richard Redlefson, I think that's how you say his name. He was one of the makeup team for Twin Peaks. His boss is Debbie Zoller. She bought Mr. C, or he bought Mr. C for her as a gift.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, that's nice. It's good to see that. People are really loving them, buying them. That's great.
Kyle MacLachlan, like he's a good-looking man. He's just got the hardest face, and not many people nail it. I've noticed.
He's got a very square jaw, hasn't he?
Yeah, but it's weird when you look at it quite closely. It comes out here and it comes out there, but then it goes in there. It's just a weird. Not that he's unattractive, because he's definitely not.
I'm right there with you on that one.
Exactly. Carolina's with me.
He's got the tightest buns I've ever seen.
They're angular.
He's second in terms of hotness in season 3. If there's going to be a top hotness in season 3, I'd put him at number 3, the woman in the glass box at 2, and then Jade number 1. How about you?
Are we doing the men and the women all in the same ranking?
Apparently.
Well, no, the box monster is both male and female. That's what I like about it.
That's a good point.
Was that the most erotic moment of the year for you in cinema, James? Was seeing that apparition come in and out of the glass box?
Let's just say I was.
Behave.
I've got a lot of pause button action on that scene.
Lord, behave. Oh Jesus! All right. We got Alice Lynch, who's gonna try and join. Hopefully she can. I don't know if we have too many people already.
Alice, where are you? You're stuck in the purple room.
Yeah.
I just wish Lynch hadn't sold out so much with that glass box scene. Trying to get people to be into the monster into there, and just it's so over sexualized and frankly misogynistic, to be honest.
Jesus. Good Lord. Alice is here. How's it going, Alice?
Alice, how are you? Unmute your microphone.
Hey, Alice.
Well, this is one way to spend a Saturday night.
I sense some foreboding.
I've been thinking recently, my view about the season 3 is that 99% of it is complete fantasy.
Really?
Complete fantasy. So I just wondered about other people here, what percentage you'd say the season is fantasy, or
can I ask you what 1% is not fantasy?
I thought basically
any scene with Jade?
A bit where you see Big Ed on is maybe serving gas is real. That was the real Twin Peaks. That felt the most legit somehow. Maybe just a bit of where Dr. Jacoby's spraying the shovels or something like that. It just felt really like in our reality, but everything else just didn't feel real.
I think that was
when I say real, I mean.
Well, I would
define real. You know what I mean?
I would say if you look at Blue Velvet and Twin Peaks, the original series of Twin Peaks, you can see a direct, difference between real and dreams and all that. Now Lynch just makes everything feel like that dream state. So I can see maybe why you.
I know, but I think to be serious about it, if they do any continuation of Twin Peaks now, I really hope they do a kind of vault face in terms of sort of style and that approach, and the next part would seem entirely set in kind of reality. I don't know, I suppose, though it almost is the most fantastical episode, part 18 seems almost the most real somehow for me. The Odessa trip and all that business, so I don't know.
Alice, can you hear me?
But, yeah.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Gloria in the chat says, Alice, you were quite pretty at 4 a.m. I'm a wreck. Laugh out loud. So.
Thanks. So that's just my time,
Nighttime is my time, right?
Yeah. Just recently, actually, since I was working on this this New Year's video. So when I was finished, I think it was something, and then I started doing something else, and then it was 6 a.m. And ever since then, I was a lucky one. I didn't have to work, but
the glitches are coming back.
Sounds
a lot of
that to music. Frank,
can you hear me?
Yeah, it was starting to stutter. There was like glitches. We're overhauling Google Hangouts at this moment. I don't think it's used to this many people.
It went into a bit like Blue Savannah Song.
Yeah.
Matthias, the glitches are hilarious. Sean's saying the Black Lodge is back. And Brienne says it sounded like Naito.
Sounds, that's what's important.
Cameron, you'll be pleased to hear I just invited Joe on, and he said, "Wish I could, coming home drunk."
Oh, okay. Typical night in Boston.
That never stopped him before. Especially that time when he was actually urinating live on your stream.
Well, it was a stream. It was a stream on a stream. Okay, what can I?
Yeah,
that was a true live stream.
That's very live.
I think if you actually did more stuff like that, you would have hit the target already.
Well,
that's what people want on YouTube, isn't it? Let's face it.
Who just left?
Stupid entertainment.
Oh, Alice left. Okay. Yeah. Well, luckily for him, he positioned the camera just off, so nobody saw everything. So that was a good thing.
I don't know. Maybe somebody would have said that somebody was pissing their money away.
Well, we really needed a zoom effect for that one. You should have zoomed right in on the genitalia, and I think then the viewers would have shot up really high. You know,
you would have probably had 2 million viewers.
Yeah.
Just a picture. You could just see your face and then Joe's genitalia. That would be I think.
Wow.
Guys, I just wanted to jump on here and apologize for Freaky Jason earlier. He has a mind of his own, and when Freaky Jason takes over, I have no control over him.
I didn't see it, but
I just want to apologize. I don't know what he said or what he did. When he takes over, I have no control.
Can't you just put him on again because I didn't see it.
Make sure to lock the cage next time better, Piz.
Well, he takes over, and I have no control. But I just wanted to wish you the best in your fundraising. I have donated, and I hope everyone else does. And best of luck with the project.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. What are we up to at this point? How close are you to the goal?
Let's see. It's about 8,800 away.
Okay. Oh, so you're getting pretty close then. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're over 16,000 now.
Oh, wow. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, but in private, you told me you're taking that money and going to Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Was I supposed to say that? I don't think I was supposed to say that, but
there is a lot of good filmmaking in Mexico.
Yeah.
Right. It's true.
Oh, didn't I tell you that half the film will be shot in Ecuador?
Mexico is the new.
You're gonna make it a kind of like an action thriller. Right?
Yeah, it's gonna be like Shoot to Kill with Tom Berenger and Sidney Poitier.
Save Cannon.
Oh my! Well, thank you, Piz. I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you, you guys.
I think you scared the hell out of everybody in the chat, though. Just so you know.
Good. You know what? I would expect more from people who love Twin Peaks. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but just a slight tension in my stomach.
There you go. You guys have a good night. Good luck with the rest of the Indiegogo, and you guys have a great night. Thanks.
Take it easy. Thanks, man.
Later. Stay freaky.
Frank, you look like you're about to lose your mind over there.
I did that about 2 hours back, I think.
That should be a new hashtag for the film support, I think, Cameron.
What?
Be freaky.
Be freaky.
Stay freaky. Stay freaky.
Stay freaky. Saving. I can only imagine.
It's like the new promo for the new Twin Peaks. The same beard, the same freak, the same freakiness. On Cooper's
Well,
back.
I remember before the season 1 finale, the commercial was like it showed Andy with his fingers as the gun, and it said Twin Peaks, the place where the odd get even. Coming up next on ABC.
Even up.
The odd get even. Oh dear, that's terrible.
To be called Twin Freaks.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Freaky Peaks.
Yeah. Jerp in the chat is clinging to that. James, he's saying hashtag stay freaky. This is like the 4th hashtag we've created this week. We have hashtag gaze for Mandy. We have hashtag super fun. Hashtag save Annie.
Save Annie.
And now hashtag stay freaky. So
it's become a.
We also have hashtag Hellgasm.
Oh yeah, and hashtag Halgasm from this morning. So
That's a new one.
That's a new one from this morning. Yeah.
Wow.
Did Hal actually have an orgasm on air? That would definitely bring in more energy.
It does.
Jesus.
He often looks so close to it when I'm watching him. I've noticed that.
That's just
Yeah.
that's the
I
way
think
you
he's
look.
in
He looks
a
like he practices
state of
some kind
orgasm.
of, like Sting or something. Kind of character, very clean living.
No, he accidentally
Tantric.
accidentally ate a
Yeah.
Rice Krispie treat that may have been laced with something a little potent, and so he was a little
Lucky cow.
wackadoodle this morning. So
Oh dear me. That's clean living for you.
Yes. He's a vegan and stuff. Yeah.
He is an actual vegan, but he's a bit freaky at the same time.
well, you gotta stay freaky, right, James?
Well, I just always thought Hal was a bit freaky because he kept doing that God of Light thing, and but it's like it's okay a few times, but like when he kept doing it for like every 5 minutes, it was
Oh,
getting a bit-
kind of like Animal Life.
No, I did it far more sparingly, but it was like as if he couldn't remember that he'd done it.
I think he only did it when he was prompted on the chat.
Yeah,
Everyone
it was prompted by people. You don't see the chat afterwards, so.
He did it to please his fans. Yeah.
Right, and then when the fans asked him to do as a perk for the campaign a God of Light message on the answer machine, he flat out said no, he wasn't going to do that. So he drew the line. But apparently he's not drawing the line about dancing.
I've done that for people, the Animal Life on phones and things.
Oh really?
But I just did that. I did that without them asking me or anything. So
yeah,
Really?
call up random.
So, no, I was ringing up Childline.
No, but 402 in the chat, James, you'll be happy.
The RSPCA. So.
402 in the chat says,
Well,
I see James online, and I gotta ask, is it Sunday?
It is Sunday in the UK.
Yeah, because
It's now 3 in the morning.
Yeah, because you do your show on Sundays, usually around 11 a.m. So
Well, no, more in the evenings.
No, but
yeah, but for you,
11
yeah.
a.m. my time, yeah. So
Initially morning Sunday.
Yeah. Hey James, this is George over here. He started up a new David Lynch channel called All Things Lynchian. You should check it out on YouTube.
Oh, I heard you mention actually him, or and that name was your other guest said the good name,
Yeah.
I mean, when you say all things Lynchian, you mean the page will mainly focus on sort of on the air, and then
Probably not. Let's see. Maybe I'll do it on the air.
Well, I think
Listen. That's not a bad
I think to be fair, I'm not making a massive joke. Really, I'm just trying. Similarities with season 3. I mean, in terms of the kind of one person said, there's a lot of people who complain about season 3 actually online, a lot of fans and stuff, and likeness to it at times, which I would compare to on there, but it didn't really have the sort of emotional. I mean, it did a little bit at times, but very sparingly. It didn't have that kind of emotional strength of the original show,
I think George, if you did a video about On the Air and Hotel Room and even American Chronicles, you would get a lot of views because nobody makes videos about those things. So
I was thinking about them.
Yeah, but I think with American Chronicles, I don't think Lynch actually did anything.
No, he didn't. I thought he did the pilot.
He didn't direct it or anything. It was just, I mean, you mean the one that was
the one episode that aired
about?
Oh my, he shaved. He shaved.
Joe's here.
Oh, clean.
No, he didn't direct any of it.
Oh wow. I thought he did the pilot, but my bad.
No, the one that was all about the flesh or something, or the
yes.
And then they took one of those episodes and turned that into the Hugh Hefner documentary, right? Is that what happened?
It doesn't even mention Lynch on the opening credits. It just says from an idea by Mark Frost or something like this, or
oh wow,
Frost Productions. It's more Frost's thing, really.
Oh okay. Welcome back, Joey. Now you're beardless.
Hello. Yes, I cleaned up. It's all gone.
How long did it take you?
Like 10 minutes.
Oh.
Joe, you didn't do it live on air, as promised.
It would
have get to see you.
It would have been really
hours.
No.
I
actually used like a hair razor to just like go through my face.
Wow.
That would have been a hair razor.
Then you must have shaved it afterwards and also applied some moisturizer and lubrication to the skin because it looks absolutely impeccable. I could just, I mean, if you were in a Lynch film or something, I can imagine Lynch's camera just going in really close to your skin.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I did put on moisturizer.
Then
I try to take care of it because I
smashing out of the glass box, and then it's apparently there were some, after the glass box episode in the UK, there were some children spotted coming downstairs in the morning, and they tipped up their fish cabinets, fish things, and they just put them on the carpet, and they were just staring at them for hours on end. That was the effect of the twin. Because when they said that this new Twin Peaks will be like, it'll change TV again, I think it definitely did, and my nephew did that as well. I don't know why he was only 2.
Why is your nephew watching Twin Peaks at 3 a.m?
I don't know. He just got up and just put the TV on, like in Poltergeist. He was like, "There he
Oh boy. Yeah, I can't. You know what? I can't believe we still have like 60 people watching this live, and only 1 thumbs down, which is pretty good for us. So.
It must be crazy.
They went away in the beginning when there is nobody there. You have to do this every time.
Yes. Yeah. But people in the chat they say, "Oh, you have to do this again, Cameron." So I don't know. This is pretty fun. So,
Carolina, are you from Edinburgh? You sound very Scottish. Yeah, like okay, then you. Hello. Oh, I thought you were Scottish. Sorry.
Cool.
Do you like?
Perhaps you must from Scotland.
Do you like those Scottish biscuits with the shortbread?
What?
Sure.
Shortbread.
Why not?
Okay. It's just I've got some of those and I've drawn the glass box monster on them. If you want to buy them on Etsy. So. Sorry, it's just a sales technique.
Dropping
anyone else Scottish here?
No, because you know what, Debbie won't accept the chat, so she's not in here right now. No, she's asleep right now, but she was supposed to be on earlier, but she didn't show up. She had the day off.
She tweeted a picture of herself when she was, I believe, age 8 or something, and she was imitating Annie. And
I think she was a teenager.
Smashing her head into a
great.
kind of a windscreen on a car and saying, "Take a look at that. 12 rainbow trout." It's like really obsessive fandom. Annie, she grew it especially. I mean, on her head, not on her whole body. And she was looking really beautiful, I think. But she didn't have pajamas on, so that's what spoiled her.
Oh my.
She was like, "Oh, you never told me Sabrina Sutherland's here." Like, it's not like she's the queen or something, is it? You know? I mean,
oh my god.
You've invited me on. I'm in my pajamas in front of Sabrina Sutherland. Oh my God! The esteemed producer of to the next.
Oh my!
I mean, come on, though. Come on.
No. No, see, Debbie just started getting used to coming on in her pajamas, and she just wasn't ready for that. So, huh? Yeah.
Oh my God! It's Sabrina Sutherland.
I can't wait. I can't wait to watch the first part of this video when I just see Frank just like slowly go insane as more and more crazy people appear on this thing. So.
Yes, I had to cut a lot. Yeah.
David is in here saying 10 people. Is that a new record? No, I think we've done it before.
Like 20 people at a time, right?
No, you can only have 10. It only goes across the bar.
Oh, okay.
You had this amount of people was probably
yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! It's Sabrina Sutherland.
No, what happened?
Coordinator of Cannibal Women in the Avocado Jungle of Death.
No, what happened was Sabrina, I think, contacted me and she said, "Oh, I can't get on. It says there's too many people." And so I looked at the chat and I said, "All right, who am I kicking off?" That's how we got her on. So. Anyway, Alex.
Nice.
What?
Cameron?
To be fair, I was going to say about Sabrina Sutherland, she did produce, or she was a production coordinator on Hotel Malibu. I know that was one of your favorites, Cameron, from 1994.
I've never seen
Remember Hotel Malibu?
No, but she did work on it.
Stone Cold classic. She's starring Joanna Cassidy, Cheryl Pollack, and John Dye.
But she did work on Hell Comes to Frogtown, the Roddy Paper.
Yeah, and who else was in Hotel Malibu?
Who?
But Jennifer Lopez. Oh, yeah. Playing Melinda Lopez. I believe this series was actually a massive inspiration for season 3. So mainly the Rancho Rosa stuff. So
that was the inspiration, huh?
Yeah. And Sunset Beach.
Alice has left the chat. What was that?
What the hell was that? Was that frog moth?
I think that was somebody regurgitating a frog moth.
It's me. I didn't know I had the microphone up to my face.
God, man. That's fun.
Is the exploding
live on it?
Got the exploding feces, guys.
Oh my
explosive diarrhea.
Who is this exploding person?
Hello? Hello?
Alice, can you hear us?
Yeah, let's...
Alice looks perfectly in London right now, don't you?
I can hear you.
And out of the time.
Can you hear
Okay,
us?
because I hear you, all of you all together, and I tried to speak before, but you know, it's the connection, and it is what it is. So I was just going to join quickly, and I'm gonna leave quickly so somebody else can take my place. But first of all, I wanted to show you something before I go. It's pretty late here, 4:22 a.m. So please forgive me. I'm gonna go to bed soon.
It's almost
very early. Very early.
Have you seen this notebook? Do you know this from the Bookhouse Boys? Did anyone order this one?
Didn't you get it, Joey?
Yeah, I have it. I don't know where it is.
Yeah, Joey got it too.
I think I found
Oh,
it.
this is great because here so far, amazing. I'm the only one who got this. I ordered this. I pre-ordered it actually, and I think it was last summer, and I got that for $14 on Amazon. But for all the people who would like to buy this one, I would like to warn you, because this little piece here states it includes a special Laura Palmer memento. All right, let me show you the memento. It's in the back of the book. There is a thing called memento. And this is the picture of Laura Palmer, and it's not even a photograph. This is just a very cheap print on cheap paper, I swear. How is yours, Joey?
It's the same. Yeah, it's a cheap print for sure.
It's horrible. I really expected something more, but
it's like a really,
you know, don't expect much.
Well,
I tell you, if I'd received that, there would have been brutal fucking murder.
Martial language.
Sorry, I think I was on my own video.
It reminds me of those Showtime shirts of like Audrey, where like Manny was saying earlier that like they just look like regular T-shirts, and a still was printed up and ironed on the shirt, and that's it. You know?
Oh wow!
I have so many feelings about that merch. Oh my god.
No, and I let me just say it again. I totally agree with Amanda from the Bookhouse Babes. It says, he says there's so many talented people, artists working on Etsy or whatever. Why doesn't Showtime employ these people to make some of the merchandise for it? So
I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you killing
guys?
Are you killing a cat over there, James? Or what? Go ahead.
No, I've not got a cat.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Alice. Go ahead, Alice. Go ahead.
You know, the problem is my connection right now with the stream is so bad, so slow. I can catch probably 80 or 90% of what you're saying, because the rest of you sound like robots, and it's creepy robots on my side. So please forgive me. I wish you good night. Good luck with the program as I can. I'm gonna come back. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.
Take it easy. Have a good night.
Bye, Alice.
Bye.
Bye.
She comes and goes so fast, like Laura in the lodge.
Rabbit hole.
I hope Alice gives plenty of love to all the Irish fans.
What are you talking about?
I thought she's Irish, right?
Oh boy.
From Hamburger.
Ireland for sure. What?
Yeah.
I thought I was watching Mrs. Brown's Boys. Watching her, it's a bit. Anyway, seems a lovely woman, and
Hellraiser says, "Stop killing a cat over there, James." So, oh boy.
I haven't got any pussies.
Yeah.
Good night, James. Have a good show tomorrow.
Okay, I'll be. I wish Exploding Fist can stay on. Anyway, I better get hit in the hay anyway. So
no, we're gonna be closing this up pretty soon. So I'm just eliminating you guys one by one. So
yeah, I've noticed a few people have gone, but you know, I hope the target is hit soon, and certainly by the completion times. So thanks again for having me on.
Well, seriously, thank you. I want to say thank you so much for your donation. You know, you didn't have to do that, but that was incredibly kind that you did that. So thank you.
Well, you know, it's only because I'm able to. So,
well,
if I had no money, I wouldn't be able to do it. But
well, yeah, obviously, but
I do think that if people out there do have no money whatsoever, then I genuinely think they should try and find some just for this, probably.
Well, I also appreciate all your kind
maybe
words.
slightly extreme, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you also for all your kind words on your show about the project and stuff like that. I really appreciate it.
No, it's fine. I mean, we just, as you know, we try and talk about most things in a very reasonable fashion, and I mean, Richard always brings us back down to earth, I think. So
yes, Richard is good. Yeah. Yeah. And if you guys haven't seen James's show, at a certain point when they get too out of control, Richard goes, "Okay, guys, is that the end of the show? Good night, everybody," and just closes them off.
you basically just used his technique, which is fantastic. I'll mention you to Richard. All right. So
all right. Well,
I wish everyone a good day, night there, and all the best for now. And keep on trekking.
All right. All right. Take it easy, man.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Jerry.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Magically, he lost his blonde hair. Well, you just never know what's going to happen on these videos. Next thing you know, Sabrina Sutherland's going to come on and scold us all. So
She's gonna come on in her pajamas.
yeah,
That would be awesome.
yeah.
And then we all leave.
I kept thinking when I was looking at the chat earlier, I was thinking, of course, this will be the night that David Lynch shows up on the video, and like I'm not even there, so it'll be David Lynch meets Freaky Jason.
Lynch versus Jason.
Lynch goes, what the hell? I'm out of here.
Yeah. Well, just so you guys know, the San Francisco Sketch Fest, they just wrapped up their thing, and so everybody at the VIP meet and greet, I'm sure, are having a blast. So I would have been there. I would have been there, but if you belong to that company, or you get first dibs to those tickets. So all the VIP tickets were already taken before they even went on sale. So otherwise, I would be there right now, live streaming from inside the meet and the greet room. So,
well, endearing in Callaway, one of the woodsmen did, because the three woodsmen are there, and Robert Brodsky, who's the gotta like guy. Sorry, Hal. He's on his knees with a child. I shouldn't rephrase that the way I've said that, but I just realised what I said. Foot, mouth, yeah. let's try that again. Shit, I sound more like James.
Oh
no. Yes, tracks for the tracks. Anyway,
you see what happens. You see what happens. James comes on, and next thing you know, everybody gets the fever dream. So,
it was already quite crazy before.
What?
It was already quite crazy before.
Yeah.
Well, it's more crazy actually. Yeah.
Yes, it was the same part actually.
With doing like art stuff, and it was really cool just to see the woodsman, kids, It was great. That's it. Exit. Okay.
I didn't hear everything you said, so it broke up a little bit.
Yeah, there's been some glitches.
Oh well, I can't go through it again.
Yeah,
it was painful the first time.
Oh my.
Moving on.
James is in the chat saying if it wasn't for Carolina being there, there would be no high insanity happening on this podcast.
Scottish people.
Oh, you have two Portuguese people in your chat.
Yeah, and Wilton is Brazilian.
Oh.
So.
Very diverse.
I'm sorry, say that again. We can't really hear you.
I said, glad to meet you, Joey.
Oh yes, nice to meet you, Wilton. In the flesh.
Who's coloring over there? I'm losing my train of thought here. I don't even know where I am and what I'm saying. What year is this? Oh yeah. It's funny though. I saw a meme the other day that says something about like, Twin Peaks is coming back, Roseanne's coming back, all these shows are coming back, X-Files coming back. What year is this? Was the meme, and it was created like last year before Twin Peaks aired. So I just thought, wow, they had their pulse on it right there.
Yeah.
Are you excited about Roseanne, Cameron?
I am, just because it was a show on at the same time as Twin Peaks.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the first like 5 years of Roseanne were like really good television. I don't really remember the back half, but I think they are in a great position to come back and just do kind of a limited thing on Netflix. And I don't know. I think it could go over really well, or it can completely fail. I mean, it's going to be one or the other. But look, Fuller House did well, so who knows?
Just started filming season 4, I think.
Yeah, season 4 of Fuller House.
No way.
Yeah.
Or 3, maybe. I don't even know how many they have at this point.
Yeah.
I watched first episode, and yeah, that was too much for me.
That's all you need.
I got about 5 minutes into the first episode, and I said, "This is too much." Wink, wink, nod, nod for me. It was like, they They were really playing it up.
It
so.
doesn't stop.
Yeah.
I saw all of it. It doesn't stop.
Oh.
And
So
you give me a
painful.
hard time. You give me a hard time for watching Hannah Montana. You watched all of Fuller House.
Logs off.
402 says Roseanne isn't on Netflix. It's on ABC. ABC's bringing it back? I thought it was going on Netflix.
I'll do a quick fact check.
Thank you. Because I could have sworn it was a Netflix original. I didn't think ABC
Yeah, I
was.
thought it was Netflix too.
No, ABC.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I stand mistaken. I thought Netflix brought it back.
This is from Deadline, Deadline.com and Hollywood Reporter.
Okay, well, now I'm not so happy with it. I thought it was going to be a Netflix because ABC, I don't want to be sitting through commercials and stuff. So, I don't know. I want to see how they're going to explain how Dan is still alive.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Or they're going to retool. They're like going to forget about season 9, or because I guess that season was a mess. I remember seeing some of it like as a kid. I think they're completely just recanoning.
I know, but I believe the end of the show revealed that the entire series was Roseanne's book. Like none of the original series happened.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
And Jackie was gay.
Right.
Dan was dead. Becky and Mark and
Darlene and whatever his name was.
Oh, David. Yeah, they were swapped around. Becky was actually with David. Yeah.
Wow.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Well, they're bringing back a lot of things, and I mean, I don't know. To me, if it's something that deserves to come back, sure. People are really hit and miss on this new X-Files, though. Some people really hated that first episode with a passion. Even longtime fans were just like, that was the worst thing I've ever seen. Mainly because it was a bad episode, and then it didn't follow up at all in season 10's ending, right? Like pretended it was all like some sort of flash forward or something.
Yeah, it's very truncated. I felt, and I've been a big fan of the X-Files like forever, and I don't know. Chris Carter's just kind of sinking the ship, but I don't know.
Right.
I know a lot of people were saying that the second episode was like, actually. Yeah.
Jillian
the
quit.
classic.
Did you hear that?
Say what?
She quit. Jillian quit.
Right after this. Well, yeah, because she probably saw the scripts coming in. She was like, no.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
To quit after series 10. Oh. He said, that's it. I'm not doing any more. I'm going to come back to season 11.
I think that's good enough.
I don't know. I mean, then what? David Duchovny's just going to keep going?
No, I don't know.
The Mulder Files?
Well, no, that would be funny because he left and she stayed on. So now she can leave and he can stay on.
Mm-hmm.
Be a reverse.
Could work for a season.
Reverse the covenant,
I guess.
Yeah.
Hellraiser in the chat says, yeah, they need to bring back Hannibal because it never had a proper ending.
I never watched that.
I've never ever seen.
I've watched the first season.
So, all right, guys, I'm gonna start eliminating you guys one by one. We're gonna wrap this thing up. I think this experiment has officially been completed. But Wilton, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it, man.
Thank you very much.
And thank you. Thank you for all your support and with this campaign, but also just with the channel itself. So I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right, have a good night, man.
Best.
All right,
You're
cool.
welcome.
All right, Exploding Nightmare. You finally came on. You finally found a way to get on. So I appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for having me. I don't know or if nobody could hear me or what, but either way, it was still great to be on. So I do appreciate it.
Not a problem. Take it easy. Have a great night.
All right, man.
Please begin to explode live on air. Thanks.
All right. All righty. All right. Who's up next? George. Oh no, Millie wants to go. Okay, Millie.
I can go.
I'm out of here. Millie, thank you so much for coming on. I can't wait to watch the early part with you and Frank talking and stuff. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And the weirdest thing about Strange Freddy, I realised at the end that he was white. So I'm just completely freaked out now. See ya.
Have a good night.
Take care, Millie.
Night.
Bye-bye. Bye.
All righty. George, good luck on your channel and come back again soon. And I can't wait to hear your announcement.
Yeah, it'll probably be up by tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for having me. Even though I didn't get much word in, but you know.
No, well, is there anything you wanted to say?
No, not really. I'm kind of feeling loopy all over the place tonight. So, you know, but it was fun joining in the madness, and always a pleasure to be on your show.
And if you guys have never seen his channel, go to his channel because he's got a great channel trailer, and and then you did the sort of a teaser trailer, I guess, for you know, it was a wonderful little Annie Blackburn support trailer for the project. So I really appreciate it. I thought it turned out really well. I mean, considering what you were working on in terms of editing, right?
Yeah,
I think it came out better than I was expecting it to look because iMovie sucked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's worse. I can't wait to get the Adobe again, but hopefully I'll get that soon. But yeah, thanks for having me on. Nice seeing you guys, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later.
Take it easy. Thanks for all your help on the Twitter as well.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Thanks.
All right.
Nice meeting you. Bye.
Frank, man, you've gone above and beyond today. You didn't realize you were going to be running a video podcast tonight, but
yeah, I had to take over your role, be the anchor on it for a while.
Wait, I think I heard Richard like popped on for a second and like scared everybody by like he just popped on. Everyone thought that you like jumped at them. Apparently, I don't know, but anyway, so I don't know. How long was it empty for before someone came in here? I mean, it was probably a good 45 minutes.
It's like an eternity, yeah.
But every time I looked and there was nobody on, there still was 40 people watching.
And I was like, let's go together. And nobody.
Exactly. So Joey, I have to ask you, what is the stream you use so that people can see the chat like on the screen? What is that program you go through?
I use a program called OBS. Yeah, I run my streams through that.
And then it'll just go directly through YouTube Live or whatever.
Well, the thing is, that takes a bit of a setup because there's this other thing called Streamlabs, and you have to kind of set up this pop-up kind of thing that you put into OBS. I could show you how to do it sometime if you want.
Yeah, because once this video goes up, all that chat of everybody going like, "Where the hell is Cameron? What is this? Did the Black Lodge get him?" That's not going to be there anymore.
The problem is, I haven't figured out a way to use that with Google Hangouts.
Well, no, but then how? No, but that's right, because you just do it solely. You don't have guests on at that point.
Yeah, I do it through the program. Gotcha. When I don't have guests.
Gotcha. I understand. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer. Because I would have loved to have preserved those statements. Everyone freaking out. It was the most hilarious thing ever. So anyway, but Carolina, I am so glad you decided to step out of the shadows and come on.
It wasn't easy. It's been scary.
Listen, you did really, really well for a long time. It was just you and Frank and Millie on here, and then we had 10 people. You had Freaky Jason on here. You had James on here. So you managed to survive. So that's fantastic. One of the most wildest streams we've done yet on this channel.
I didn't know that when I decided to come in.
I don't think any of us did.
But it was great. It was fun.
Yeah, if you guys knew what was to come, I don't think many of us would have come on in the first place. So
we would have fled in our pajamas.
Yeah. But hopefully you will, now that you have tested the waters a bit, it'd be great to have you come on to one of our regular shows. I feel like I already know you just because of how many times you tweet me a day and tag me.
I've suddenly become really annoying on Twitter. I wasn't even there before. I never tweeted, and now I'm kind of addicted to it because of this.
Yeah, but but your posts. I mean, everybody loves your tweets. I get messages from people saying, wow, she's talented. Because I mean, some of your posts are so clever. The one today of Janie E holding up the sign that says how much money we have left to get is great. It was just
get Photoshop.
it doesn't matter. It just when you see it, it just makes your day. You're like, yes, people get it. People are in the spirit of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was definitely it was great. So I really appreciate you coming on. Let me just check one more time to see if there's any other. Nope. Okay, guys, get your donations in. I know it's probably too late right now. Well, maybe not. We have a few more minutes, but make sure to keep those donations coming in because we got to hit about 8,800 left. And wow, that goal is right around the corner, Frank. It seems right there. I can already taste it.
It is definitely, well, obviously a lot more closer than we were a couple of weeks back. We're edging ever closer, and its reality is becoming a bit more.
Right, and it's becoming a lot more exciting. Like, wow, this, can you imagine?
Absolutely.
We could have a new Twin Peaks film by the end of this year. It's incredible.
Come on, guys, only you can help to make that happen.
Exactly. So, and Joey,
now.
Yeah. And how did your podcast go today? You said you were recording like 3 of them today, right?
Oh, it was. I was just a bit tired from it, because I did like 3 in a row. After doing a couple of interviews, and then another one, like 3 things that was going on, just one after the other. I only had about maybe 20-minute break between the 3 of them.
Right.
So it was just emotionally draining because I had to make notes for questions to ask. I had to do, so there's a lot to it.
Just so you guys know, we are at 65% of the goal raised. That's really, it's getting there. So
amazing.
Isn't it?
What's the total at the moment, Cam? What's the total?
We're total at let's see, let me just recharge this thing real quick. 16,222.
Oh, we're still at that. Yeah, so no one's donated during the last several hours or so.
Probably last hour or so. Yeah.
About an hour. Yeah.
But still, though, I mean, we're at 16,000. That's. I mean, remember when we were at 5,000? We were excited.
This is what it begins.
We have about 9 days left, or just about 9 days left. So we got to just keep this thing going. But this was a wild experiment. Since Frank, you and Carolina were here the most, did you think this experiment was largely successful, or is this like something that is a one and done type of thing to you guys overall as fans of the channel? Did you like this idea of an open mic kind of thing? Frank doesn't.
You don't want to know what I think.
I think it's very hard to come on if you're going to talk all alone. It's easy to talk to someone, but if you're just going to stand there and talk to the chat, it's really hard.
This is
very encouraging.
This is what I'm talking about when I sometimes start a live stream and I don't have any guests. Like it's a nightmare, isn't it, Joey? Just talking to yourself.
Oh, it must be
I honestly I do like just one-on-one with the chat, but I do like being part of the
no, but I mean before the people start chiming in the chat and it's just you and nobody has clocked in yet to watch yet. It's like unnerving, isn't it? It's like,
if I don't have like a theme or anything, if I'm trying to just go for a general talk, it's chaos. Yeah. It's me stuttering.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Maybe you need to have some notes or something, because I think I just blank out and not know what to say next. And
I always say that to myself, make notes, but I never do. It's so bad.
It does help sometimes to have a few notes just to sort of guide you from one.
Yeah, I guess it's more natural.
No, yeah, I really have to try that.
I have to do it with my podcast.
I don't know.
I have to write everything down.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Keep my thoughts.
And yet the crazy thing, I cannot believe we still have 60 people watching us live.
Are you insane?
It's unbelievable.
I want to believe that people just put this on their TV and just walk around their house. Like the idea that 60 people are sitting there on their couch watching this on TV.
I think they do.
That's what I was saying. That's what I usually do. I'm usually doing something else. You can't just. But when you're on the chat and participating, you're actively into it, I think.
Right. Yeah. Well, this was definitely an experiment that I thought was insane and crazy, and I can't think of a more fun way to spend a Saturday night.
You didn't spend most of it. You left it to us to deal with.
Frank is cracking up.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think I honestly thought to be honest, I thought people were just gonna kind of pop in and out, and then maybe someone would pop in when somebody else was here and they would start a discussion, then someone else would pop in. I thought, and then I turn on the chat and I go, okay, I wonder how they're doing. I look at it and I see Piz over there acting like Freaky Jason, and I'm just like, oh crap. All right, I gotta get on there and save this thing.
You would have a meltdown at that point.
Yeah, it actually was nice if you think about it. He wasn't.
I was reading the chat and everyone was just saying, Cameron, get in here. Where are you?
I must admit, it was like a ray of light
No,
breaking through the dark.
I wonder
the arc.
What was it? I want to know what it was like in the chat room. Just all of a sudden see my dark room just go with light. Oh my.
Hello, Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. But all right. Well, Carolina, I appreciate everything you've done, not only for this campaign, but just the channel. You are a ray of sunshine on this entire channel. So thank you. Seriously.
Thanks, no problem. It's fun.
And I hope you'll come by again, and maybe on one of our official Twin Peaks videos, you should come on and be able to talk.
Yeah, it's hard because of the time difference, because I have a big time difference, but sure, I'd love to.
It'd be wonderful. Well, Frank somehow finds like he's up all hours of the night, apparently. I don't think you ever sleep, Frank.
I have to have Garmin Bozier and Paradol too.
Yeah, figured.
Next time I'm in Portugal, we'll talk Twin Peaks.
Oh, do you regularly come to Portugal?
Last time I went 2 years ago. So my grandparents live there, so I go to visit them.
Yeah, I don't live here now. I live in Luxembourg, but
Oh.
I'm here a lot. So.
Joey, why are you bouncing up and down in your chair?
I don't know.
He's like I found a new friend in Portugal.
Do you speak Portuguese?
Huh?
Do you speak Portuguese?
A little bit. I'm not fluent.
Oh, that's okay.
You speak Luxembourg?
Millie wants to know in the chat, Carolina, how can they find you on Twitter? Millie, it should be pretty easy. She's like tweeting like every 5 seconds on there. So
I wasn't following Carolina. I just
Carolina, what is your Twitter handle for people out there?
It's Cooper's Caroline. Easy.
Well, listen, for somebody who hasn't done Twitter much, you already become like an ace. Like, So how many followers you got already?
I don't know, 40? Something
40?
like that.
Oh, that's great.
That's a nice figure, 40, yeah.
Not bad for being on for 3 days. Oh boy. Twin Peaks outside the city limits says, let's rock. Let's keep on rocking the support for Queen of Hearts. # save Annie. Thank you so much, David. I really appreciate it. So Frank, again, thank you for holding down the fort tonight. I really appreciate it. And Joey, thank you for popping on and saying hi. It's always great to have you on here. So all right, with that, 62 viewers have just witnessed the most insane live stream probably on YouTube today, if not on this channel. So I really appreciate everybody watching this insanity. This was an experiment. I think it was pretty successful, but it's kind of hit and miss in the chat right now. But I think it was hilarious. But that's just me. So make sure to give these videos thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because you never know what's going to happen on this channel, apparently. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and all that. And make sure to keep up the support for Queen of Hearts and keep those donations coming in. And in the meantime, you guys take it easy. Have a wonderful night. We will see you soon. Take care and bye.